I don't know, one person clapped. I don't know. You don't have to. Disney has released their first Oswald the Lucky Rabbit short in 95 years, so there's hope for Tron. The Walt Disney World Railroad may reopen this month once they find some lightning lane signs. And Michael Eisner tweeted that the Walt Disney Company had suffered under Bob Chapek. That's right, Bob. The guy who built Walt Disney Studios Paris said that. You've read WDW News Today. Now it's time for WDW News Tonight.
Live from WDWNT Celebration near the Walt Disney World Resort, it's WDW News Tonight with Tom Corless and Nick LoCicero. Tonight, we discuss what urgent changes need to come to the Disney parks. We play Who Wants to Win a LOT of Corbucks, the wonderful world of psychotic comments, and more. I'm Nick LoCicero. Now, here's your host, Tom Corless.
Hello, I'm Tom Corless, and I am a large American. Yes, please hit the like button, subscribe, and if you're really enjoying this nonsense, you can leave a super chat. Your donations will be used to lock Jason and myself in a universal escape room.
Nah.
Spoiler alert, no one's getting out. Nick, how's it going?
You know, it's going pretty well right now.
You had a rough so we saw you last on Saturday in the midst of the 50-hour stream, which, by the way, we raised $45,000.
Awesome, great job.
Absolutely.
I got pretty sick. I don't know if it was my cooking or what, but...
Well, we ate your cooking also, so we would have been sick.
Yeah, I was knocked out. I was sick for about 3 days.
But you ran a marathon, half marathon?
Well, yes. That next morning, Sunday morning, I ran a half marathon over in Cocoa. It was one of my worst runs in like the past 6 years.
Oh no.
I felt pretty bad.
Okay.
And,
so were you sick before you ran or after?
I woke up not feeling great in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But no, I'm good now.
That's good. We're glad you're
back
here.
At full strength.
You picked a great show to be back for.
Yeah. I'm excited.
So I want to share something with all of you real quick. We have probably for a non-special show the largest live audience we've had ever. Yeah. You can clap. It's not going to make this show better because first of all, the last show was on Friday, and it was probably without a doubt the best show we've ever done.
I think everyone top 5.
Everyone agreed on Friday's show being great, and we pulled out like confetti cannons. We raised a banner. We set a puppet on fire, which all sounds probably like a normal weekend for us anyway. But so I want to temper expectations tonight. This is an okay show.
All right.
It's not good. They've turned already. Boo! So listen, first things first, Jake didn't sleep for 3 days while producing the marathon, obviously. So quick story. So Saturday night, Spencer and I wrap up, and obviously Spencer's enough to put anyone to sleep. So Spencer and I wrap up, and he plays the last video. It's a Tokyo watch-along thing. Plays the last video, and I go to the back. I'm like, nothing's happening. Screen's black. It's like Jake must have fallen asleep. He must have fallen asleep. So I go back there, and Jake is like, I'm worried. Like I'm gonna check a pulse. That's the point where. So I actually wake Jake up. Like he wakes up. He speaks to me for a little bit, and I'm like, okay, he's good enough to hand this over to Kevin's gonna take over. Mm-hmm. He's got this. He even says like, I go to leave. I'm like, I'm gonna go get some sleep. He's like, all right, Tom, have a good one. And I leave.
Yeah.
I find out later that Jake, I think, fell right back asleep. Because I talked to Kevin yesterday. We were at the Fantasmic dining package thing. And I talked to Kevin, and Kevin's like, no, he didn't hand it over. I just figured it out. I was like, all right, cool. So Jake woke up, spoke to me, does not recall waking up to speak to me. But again, Jake did a tremendous job the whole marathon. Yeah. Okay. We'll make sure there's a couple more breaks next year. We're going to make sure there's some time to sleep next year. But yeah, so we have a shortened week, We have a great game. Like Corbucks it's my favorite game we play. So Corbucks will be great. We have a discussion. And beyond that, I don't know. We'll figure it out. If you got to run to the store and get some bread to make some toast, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Whatever needs to happen. But yeah,
Toaster,
you guys, much like us, we're always late. Our audience a week late also. Yeah, they missed the good one. All right, we'll try. Let's try news. Give it some effort.
A little bit.
Disney released.
A little bit.
Disney released the following statement about cast member wages amidst the negotiations going on via the Orlando Sentinel. Quote, "We have presented a strong and meaningful offer that far outpaces Florida minimum wage by at least $5 an hour and immediately takes starting wages for certain roles, including bus drivers, housekeepers, and culinary, to a minimum of $20 an hour, while providing a path to $20 for all full-time, non-tipped STCU roles during the contract term." But everyone on the Galactic Star Cruiser has to stay there, or else. You're still not allowed to transfer off of the Galactic Star Cruiser. At least until it makes port again. It's like Davy Jones. The next time we make port, you can get off. These are the best jokes from 2007, man. When questioned at the recent town hall meeting about the controversial parental rights and education bill, Bob Iger stated, "I was sorry to see us dragged into that battle. What I can say is that the state of Florida has been very important to us for a long time, and we have been very important to the state of Florida." And Florida Governor Ron DeSantis responded by saying, "I know what you are, but what am I?" And followed by, "Nana, nana, boo-boo, stick your head in doo-doo." That's exact. Don't look it up. Those are his exact words. That's what he said. The Tucker Carlson's wig. Anyway, what's the next? Let's move on, shall we? Oh, man. Restaurantosaurus at Animal Kingdom has changed. What? Someone yell something? Okay.
Boo?
Boo? Are we booing Restaurantosaurus?
Oh, yay. Okay. Woo. It was a woo.
Woo! Restaurantosaurus, yeah. Restaurantosaurus has changed what's available as part of their kids' meals. Instead of a third side, guests now get a National Geographic dinosaur book, which honestly probably tastes better. Sorry. Want more fries? No, this is good. This book is delicious. Is this a dining plan credit, this book? The small book is called So Cool Dinos. It features images of dinosaurs with funny phrases, and they're wearing accessories like bow ties, as well as actual dinosaur facts. They didn't wear bow ties, fun fact. But it's perfect for entertaining young kids. Nick, you have these in the van, right?
Wow.
Is there a stack of these back there? Yeah. But I'll tell you this great insider tip. You may want to save this. Your kid can read it during the 3-hour wait for the Zootopia ride in a couple of years. They can still learn about dinosaurs while in Zootopia land. Learn all sorts of things. I see the super chats pouring, and we'll get to those soon. I don't know why. This isn't even that good of a show. Hold them. Maybe hold them for next week. I don't know. Mary, please don't give us money. I feel bad. Merry Menagerie plush puppet, or what do you call it?
Merry Menagerie.
The Merry Menagerie, yes.
Oh, yes.
The Merry Menagerie plush puppets are again available at Animal Kingdom. You could buy them, making them now the only puppets left with Kareem Daniel gone. We should stream everything. Disney. An Enchanted sequel will do great. Disney. Release Strange World in theaters. Anyway. Yeah. We got a first look at the Little Mermaid rooms of Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, the new ones, yeah. The online reaction to the new furniture was, "Look at this stuff, isn't it cheap?" I had to change it on you guys. That's what you get. They heard the monologue early tonight. We've never rehearsed a monologue before tonight. So it's like, I got to switch something up on them. Got them. The new rooms feature artwork from The Little Mermaid, and each bathroom is even equipped with a dingle hopper. It sounds gross. We don't explain it to you, but in your head, it probably is something gross. Oh, boy. It's not a good show. Disneyland has announced that the Magic Happens Parade will return to the park on February 24th, 2023, finally. A spectacle, of course, reminds us you don't need wings to fly, shooting stars are for wishes, and magic doesn't end at midnight. It ends much earlier due to staffing shortages. To celebrate the Disney Cruise Line's 25th anniversary, Disney has introduced the Silver Anniversary at Sea, which will be featured during summer 2023 sailings aboard all 5 ships. Celebration will include new looks for Captain Mickey and Minnie, a signature song, culinary creations, and merchandise. And also for the event, they said they'll try to make the drinks at the Hyperspace Lounge good. They're going to really try. They're very bad, in fact. The anniversary of the Disney Cruise Line also heralds the unveiling of a brand new membership tier, which recognizes returning cruise line guests with exclusive rewards and perks. And honoring 25 years of magic at sea, members will now earn the distinction after 25 cruises of Pearl status. Pearl. And some members may even get a pearl necklace, but probably only if they splurged on concierge. The chat just caught up to the Dinglehopper joke. They love. Can we hit that tape delay? Can we just cut out the part after the Dinglehopper joke? We just skip them ahead to live, Jake? Can we do that? Never mind. About 2 weeks ago.
I thought that was going to be an OBT joke for the cruise line, but no. Yeah.
The dumbest show. I should have just, last week we should have just stopped. That should have been, that should have been it, right? Like, the confetti, we lit the puppet up. Like, we should have just stepped away, like leave on top, right?
Yeah.
No, we had to come back. We had to come back. About 2 weeks ago, we reported Disney has purchased a massive 19-deck cruise ship called the Global Dream, which remained unfinished at the time. And now we've learned that Disney paid a paltry sum for the massive ship. In fact, they paid less than 3% of the value, $41 million. It's actually the second best deal they got in November, right behind the $22 million they paid Bob Chapek to leave. 3% is also the amount of the original Toy Story Land budget that was spent, I think. The urinals can all be at kid height. It's fine. They'll just mop it. The Bob Chapek Master Ship Builder sign was removed from Castaway Key. Yeah. Disney plans on changing the sign to say Bob Chapek Master Ship Buyer, and then they'll hang it back on. He was good at that. Yeah. They'll hang it on one of the big blank walls of the Riviera Resort. We don't need things on the wall. It's fine. Speaking of Chapek, you thought we were done? No. More stories continue to be told of our good friend Robert Chapek. In the news today, the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal, quote, "Who's got the A on this project?" is what Mr. Chapek would often ask in meetings, according to people familiar with the matter, meaning who is accountable for it. Some executives found the approach irritating. I know personally here at WDWNT, we always gave Bob Chapek an A on projects, so long as it involved a hole. Thank you, Darius. Appreciate it. Thank you. Sabrina, he's filling in for Sabrina tonight.
Yeah.
Sabrina usually will laugh over the whole crowd. Isn't this funny, everyone? Isn't this great? Wow, you could have been at Epcot right now drinking, and you came here. This is great. Walt Disney World Annual, it's all right, Eric will start passing out alcohol soon. We're gonna need it. Walt Disney World Annual Pass holders, Julie, stop. Julie, put down the blender. Annual Pass holders. Not yet. The blender's for 10 o'clock. Annual Pass holders have started receiving new magnets in the mail. The magnets feature red and are meant as a tribute to the magnets currently holding Hollywood studios together. Still just staring at that doorway like, how did they get that sconce on there? Man, 1989 building. I don't know how those guys did it. Sconce on a wall. Wild. Ride vehicles at Remy's Ratatouille Adventure are being retrofitted with bench seating to accommodate larger American guests. Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, over at the Magic Kingdom, Tony's Kitchen is being retrofitted to accommodate larger rats. All the microwave radiation, they're starting to get bigger, so he's like, they can't get out! Joe, the door, make it wider. No, you're just a stocky, it's okay. God. We go to the big and tall store, we get you a suit. It's okay. Reliving my childhood. We have to go to Simms. It's the only store with suits your size. Okay. Boy, did you have Simms?
I don't think
no,
so.
Simms wasn't. Simms was a thing in the New York area. Oh God, Simms. We used to. Oh my God, this isn't even funny. But my cousin, anytime Simms came up, he used to go, Simms, we practically grew up there. It did feel like whole Saturdays would vanish at that store, trying on so many ugly suits. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Anaheim Ducks Day is returning to Disney California Adventure on January 12th, 2023. And duck is also what they yell at the park when the Spider-Man Stuntronic malfunctions. Look out! Quack. It's root for the Spider-Man Stuntronic. You do the quack. Disneyland Paris has raised the price of all the food and drinks in their parks and even taken away the included desserts from some of their combo meals. They still come with cigarettes, though, so don't worry.
Yeah.
And they're little colored ones for the kids. They color them in, actually. They come with crayons and a cigarette, and the kids just color them. Shanghai Disneyland is closed again after having only operated for 4 days. Yeah. It did outlast the Magic Kingdom train station DJ, though, so it's not bad. Made it far enough. The Hello Kitty shop at Universal Studios Florida is getting new flooring in advance of a rumored re-theme of the shop. Nick's very upset.
Yeah?
You're a big Hello Kitty guy,
Kitty?
no?
No, that's too far.
It's too far? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, they're retheming this store, but it all depends how well Cocaine Bear does at the box office. For we buy all in on that Cocaine Bear overlay of the store. Look, Cocaine Bear's dressed as Marty McFly. Oh my God. This is great. Cocaine Bear is the shark. Christopher, oh man. Cocaine Bear and Bots Maru. This is amazing. Christopher Lloyd. God, show has derailed. Christopher Lloyd will return as Doc Brown in the Back to the Future escape room. Yeah, Universal Orlando Resort. And in the escape room, guests will try to escape to stop Biff by opening a screen door on a battleship. It did better now than it did in rehearsal, by the way. We got 4 more laughs than in rehearsal, which was 0. Or 0 laughs in rehearsal. The trailer has dropped for Indiana Jones 5. It's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Personally, I thought he was an Irish Springs guy. I wasn't. Trailer opens on some classic. You can't play it again. The trailer opens on some. How dare you? I am not reading that super chat, by the way. Look what the name on that super chat is. I'm not reading it.
Now you have to.
You know. No, I actually cannot. Did you see what it is?
No.
No. Nope, can't do it. Anyway, Indiana Jones. Don't look. Indiana Jones opens on some, the trailer opens on some classic death-defying Indy antics. There are also shots of him running along a moving train, riding a motorcycle. Stop looking at the chat and move the teleprompter, please. We pay him for this. No, take me back to I gotta start over now. The trailer opens on some classic death-defying Indy antics. There are also shots of him running along a moving train and riding a motorcycle in the rain after the plane. But, quote, those days have come and gone, Ford says, as a retired Indy who is stuck to teaching. Indiana Jones 5 will be the last hurrah for the 80-year-old Ford, unless everyone hates the next Indiana Jones and Christine McCarthy has them removed. then he'll come back for 2 years as Indiana Jones. He keeps trying to find the replacement. They're like, that kid from Even Stevens, no, you got to come back again. Please come back again. The trailer was also released for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And in it, it looks like Rocket Raccoon may not survive the next leg of the journey. Yeah. I say that because in the clip, he's trying to cross I-4. I've never seen a raccoon make it. Maybe the first. Even with a bazooka, like still, you haven't, that tourist with the Escalade is gonna beat that bazooka every time. You know, who brings us the news?
This program is brought to you by WIGS, the WDWNT Inner Globe Society. Support WDWNT to get early and exclusive access to content you can't find anywhere else, including exclusive post shows for WDW News Tonight and Park Center, access to our prize wall, a monthly Zoom with Tom, access to our Discord community, early access to our events, and much more, starting at just $2 per month. For more information, visit patreon.com/WDWNT or visit WDWNT.com and click the Patreon link. Join WIGS and unlock even more WDWNT.
I assume we have WIGS members here tonight, yes? You have WIGS members here, the WIGS members here. For those of you at home, we have a post show. There's a post show tonight. I know we didn't have one last week because, you know, we were on for 50 hours. But yeah. But let's first, before we go to commercial, let's find out what's airing this week on Disney+. The Facts of Life Day. Jason loved it. At least Jason laughed at it. Probably maybe because it's Jason in a red sheet on it. I don't know.
What's not to love?
What?
What's not to love?
Oh boy, we have an okay show tonight.
Great show, Tom.
We have a great show?
Yeah.
What's so great about it?
Well, we have a great discussion.
We have a good discussion,
We have a
yeah.
fun game show.
I mean, I like Corbucks, yeah.
We have crazy comments. We have Nintendo Switch. What do we?
We do.
Do we? Yeah.
We do. It's not.
What's coming up?
I don't know. It's like everything else. It's not like the best one.
Yeah, it's all right.
I just want everyone to know what they're in for this evening.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We got this.
Okay. Nick's telling me we got this. You want to do super chats before we go to break? Can we do that? Maybe. Just not that. I don't want to read that one, but just go past it.
I only want to read
Christine
that one.
Maza, $20. No, it's blank. Blank super chat. Yeah. We love the blank super chat. Yeah. WW Mickey, $5. Thank you. But then he put another one. $5. Thought you would just get a blank super chat from me? Never.
Nah.
You know.
Tricky.
Keep going. Jungle Cruiser, $4.99. Loved being in the audience last week. Was a great experience. See, Jungle Cruiser came to the right show. You guys got to come back for the Tony episode. We're going to do, it'll be okay. It'll be slightly better than tonight. What else? No, it's okay. Kyle Davis, $1.99. Phil Collins for life.
Yeah.
Something happened to Phil Collins? We just like Phil Collins?
That's
All right.
cool.
All right, it's fair.
Yeah.
He didn't have to go on the Tarzan soundtrack. But he did. There are more of them? Michael Burke, $4.99. Welcome to Who Did ex-CEO Bob Chapek piss off this week? I think he did that in all the weeks prior. I think everyone's happy now. Everyone's in a good mood. The Trauma Factor, $4.99. I'm rubber and you're glue. Anything you say bounce off me, it sticks to you. Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis and I approve this message. Mad Flart. I'm trying to figure out what this is. Mad Flat Hatter. I need new glasses. $5. Kudos to the entire WDWNT staff for a great marathon. Thank you to all who donated the Toys for Tots to ensure more kids will have a Merry Christmas. Absolutely. It was a great. was a great week. A great week and a great weekend. Andrew Freehand, $5. Tom spent his childhood Saturdays wearing ugly suits, and now he spends his adult Thursdays wearing moderately less ugly button downs. Oh, man.
Fair.
I'm not arguing. It's a gimmick. I'm aware. I'm aware of my gimmick. We got more? No, I'm not reading that one. Norma is not getting her super chat read. That's got to be a much more enormous amount of money for me to read that. Daisy Lauren wrote sent $9.99. There are no bad shows here. Okay. Fine.
Agreed.
I want to be that way. Any more? Is that it? That's it. Cool. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, there will be more show of some quality. You decide when we return.
Say hello to Hey Disney, the all-new voice assistant for Alexa. You'll be able to get the weather with Olaf, joke around with the galaxy's funniest droids, C-3PO and R2-D2, go on adventures with Dory, listen to your favorite Disney stories, plus so much more. Awaken the magic and discover a world of fun with some of Disney's most beloved characters. Use Hey Disney to book a park reservation.
Park not available.
Or use it for customer service.
Hey Disney, my showing of Hoop-Dee-Doo was canceled without notice.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I am shipping a used bowl to your saved address.
You can use it to check the weather.
Hey Disney, what's the weather like?
In Florida, maybe it'll rain, maybe it won't. Are you Samantha?
And our newest feature, bring the Walt Disney World Resort home with you to help you sleep the way you do in our resort hotels. Like a white noise generator, but with a little Disney magic.
Hey Disney, make it sound like I'm sleeping at an all-star resort. Better make it Art of Animation. Hey Disney, how about the Grand Floridian?
I can unlock deluxe resorts for $500.
Hey Disney with Alexa, available soon-ish. And don't worry, Destination D23 attendees, you'll probably get yours one day.
The Walt Disney World Resort is becoming a more inclusive place, and this year that extends to our holiday celebrations. Beginning December 23rd, an entirely new lineup of seasonal offerings is coming to the Hollywood that never was, but always will be. Disney's Hollywood Studios is proud to present our first annual Festivus celebration. Our Festivus pole can be found on Batuu, right near Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. It's also a functioning lightning rod. At the Theater of the Stars, enjoy a special performance of Tom Corless's airing of Hollywood Studios' grievances.
I've got a lot of problems with this park, and now you're going to hear about them.
For the feats of strength, watch as eBay resellers try to leave the park with all of their haul without a wagon intended for children to wheel it out in. And now wheelchairs? Guys, that's cheating. And of course, witness Festivus, miracles happening around every corner.
Oh my God, I've got a boarding group.
A Festivus for the rest of us, at the park for none of us. Festivus, starting December 23rd, only at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
I can't even see if we're on anymore, by the way. I think we're on. Well, to News Tonight where I've lost my screen. I can see the chat though now,
Yes,
which is
you
great.
can.
People making fun of my shorts and my shoes. It's great. Very kind, very sweet.
Yeah, that was not a good idea to have that.
No, but now I have no idea what's on the screen.
Sure.
I have no idea. Anyway, I hope I remember what this is. Jake, is it time to find out what's releasing this week on the Nintendo Switch? Yeah. All right, go. That sounded like something was wrong. Dead Space. It's Dino Land. The kids got it. It's not even out yet. Do you know? You know this game?
Dead Space?
Yeah. Or is it out already?
Isn't it an older game?
I have no
This is just
idea.
a newer.
It might be a
sequel?
newer one, yeah. I looked at
Yeah.
upcoming games that was there, and I was like, Dead Space,
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom.
Been around.
Yeah. That's it. I told you it's not a good show. All right. We do have a good game, though.
Great game.
It's a great game. It's Who Wants to Win? A lot of Corbucks.
Who wants to win a lot of Corbucks? We're gonna get right to it with our first contestant. Hi, Austin. How you doing?
Good.
Great, doing great. So this is your first time playing Who Wants to Win a Lot of Corbucks with us?
Yes, it is.
Have you ever played any of our game shows here up on stage?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, so where are you coming in from, Austin?
I come from Claremont.
Claremont. All right, all the way here just to see us tonight?
Yep, that's right.
All right, excellent. Well, you're in for a good time. Hopefully you can win a lot of Corbucks, buy a lot of prizes off of our prize wall. Let's get right to it with the first question. Hey Jake, should I be seeing this on my screen? Just curious. Ah, there we go. All right. See some questions on your screen?
Nothing's on my screen.
Nothing's on your screen. Nothing. This thing on?
1 second. Nick, stop touching me.
We get all the time in the world. You want to read some chats? You got the
Come
chat.
in closer to your screen. You're like off the edge of the map.
Him?
What do we have?
Him? Austin?
Yeah, no, you're good.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. All right. Look at that. All right.
No, I tried to warn everybody.
We're building up the tension here, Austin. This is what we usually do. Oh, is it on your screen yet? No.
I don't think it's on.
You don't think?
to be
Is it
honest.
plugged in?
I don't think the monitor's on.
We tried turning it off and on again.
Might be.
What's the power button?
You're the contestant. You're supposed to turn on your screen.
Oh.
Wait, did they? I see it on my screen too, but they, what do these buttons do? There's some.
This doesn't look right.
I'm trying to turn the monitor on.
Ladies and gentlemen, remain in your vehicles. The great one.
There we go. Thank you, Jake.
Jake.
We got it.
All right. The tension is killing us. All right, let's do this. And this is all for the first $1. Wait till we get up there to 100.
Oh, God.
Crazy. All right. here is your $1, one Corbuck question. What character has not starred in a stunt show at Disney's Hollywood Studios? A, Ace Ventura. B, Jason Bourne. C, Indiana Jones. D, Herbie the Love Bug.
I'm gonna go with B.
B, Jason Bourne.
Yep.
All right, final answer.
Final answer.
All right, let's see. Got it. All right, that's one Corbuck. All right, here's that 2 Corbuck question. It is a lot of music. We're building up tension here. This is good. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is presented in the Wonders of Blank Pavilion at Epcot. A, life. B, Xandar. C, space. D, death.
B, Xandar.
B, Xandar. Final answer?
Final answer.
Yeah. Certainly is. Yeah. Death would be a little too extreme for Disney and Epcot, huh? All right, here's your 3 Corbuck question. Who is holding a Dino Bash at Disney's Animal Kingdom? Is it A, Donald, B, Launchpad, Scrooge McDuck, or D, Gertie?
I'm gonna go with A, Donald.
A, Donald. Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, we'll lock that in. It is A. All right, we're moving up the board here. Now time for the 5 Corbuck question. Let's see what it is. Which of these is the earliest existing Magic Kingdom fireworks show? A, Fantasy in the Sky. B, Disney Enchantment. C, Happily Ever After. D, Wishes.
A, Fantasy in the Sky.
A, Fantasy in the Sky. You were quick on that one. Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, we'll lock that one in for you. And you're right. All right, one more to guarantee you at least 10 Corbucks here today. Let's see what the 10 Corbuck question is. Illuminations Reflections of Earth debuted for the Millennium Celebration in what year? A, 1999, B, 2021, C, 1901, or D, 1996?
I'm gonna go with A.
A, 1999?
Final answer.
Final answer? All right. You got it. All right, you have at least 10 Corbucks here today. You still have all 3 lifelines left. Doing pretty good here. Let's go for 15 Corbucks. How many versions of Epcot's test track attraction have there been to date? A, 4, B, 2, C, 3, D, 1.
I'm gonna go with B2.
B2. Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, let's see. Got it. 2 versions. All right, you're moving right along. 15 Corbucks. Let's go for 25. Frozen-themed lands are currently under construction at all of the following theme parks, except which? A, Walt Disney Studios. B, Tokyo Disney Sea. C, Disneyland. D, Hong Kong Disneyland.
C, Disneyland.
C, Disneyland. Another quick answer. Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, let's see. Got it. All right, that's 25 Corbucks. Let's go for 40. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at the Magic Kingdom featured how many different ride tracks? Is it A1, B2, C3, or D4?
B2.
B2. Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, 2 tracks. Got it. Whew, all right. All 3 lifelines going for 50 Corbucks now. Here is your question. How many Space Mountain attractions currently exist around the world, including hyperspace versions? A3, B6, C5, D4.
Five, C.
5C.
Yep.
You good with that? Final answer?
Final answer.
Final answer. We're locking that in. You got it. How many have you been on?
What?
Have you been on all of them?
Unfortunately not.
No. Okay. All right. All right. Well, you got 50 Corbucks right now. Going for 75. This is a big one. Here we go. All right, the Magic Kingdom Skyway attraction connected what 2 lands? Tomorrowland, Liberty Square. B, Fantasyland, Main Street, USA. C, Tomorrowland and Fantasyland. Or D, Fantasyland and Frontierland.
C. Final answer.
C, final answer, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland. For 75 Corbucks. You got it. All right. Whew. You got at least 75 Corbucks. 250 is not that far away. And you have all 3 lifelines. You have the 50-50, you have the call Tom, and you have the poll-in audience. Let's see what that 100 Corbuck question is. The American Adventure at Epcot added a CGI sequence featuring the Statue of Liberty in what year? Was it A, 2018, B, 1993, C, 1990, or D, 1983?
I'm going to use a lifeline.
All right, which one? You got the 50-50. We could take away 2 wrong answers. You got the call Tom, and you got the poll-in audience.
I'm going to call Tom.
It's probably a good choice. I think Tom wrote some of these questions, so it's probably a good choice.
No, that would be unethical.
Unethical. Yeah. Ring, ring, ring. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing? Been a long time.
How's it going?
Great show tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the monologue killed.
It killed, all right.
Yeah.
Me.
We have Austin over here. He needs a little bit of help.
Okay.
All right. Here's the question,
We're
Tom.
not on the phone.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Put down my fake phone. Do phones look like this anymore? They don't, do they? No.
They never looked like hands, in fairness.
All right, Tom. The American Adventure at Epcot. You familiar?
I am. We did a 3-hour show on it on Saturday
Wow,
night.
that's a lot.
I am pretty familiar.
Well, they added a CGI sequence featuring the Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
In what year did they do that? 2018.
Well, Austin, did you watch that back?
I did.
Oh.
I'm torn between 2 answers, but
I just want to hear before I give you the answer.
No.
What are you torn between?
B and C.
And what is B and C? I can't actually.
1993 or 1990?
I'm proud of you. You're 93 is correct.
93. You going with Tom?
I know that because I had to
I'm going to
write.
go with Tom's response.
Probably a good choice. All right, B, 93, you got it. All right. You got 100 Corbucks. Let's go for 125. Which character was not added to Fantasmic at Disney's Hollywood Studios in 2022? A. Maribel. B. The Knock. Knock? Nuke. I'm gonna go with knock. That's not a word. All right. C. Mulan. D. Moana. Might be the knock. I don't think that exists. That's not a real word. What do you think, Austin? Don't trust me.
Like, just added, or
What character was not added to Fantasmic at Disney's Hollywood
what
Studios?
if they were already there?
The idea is it was already in the show.
It's not an old character, or
It's a character that was already in the show.
I'm gonna ask the audience.
All right. So, audience, who thinks it's A? Anybody for A? Maribel? How about B? Anybody in the audience think it's B?
No, B is. The horse. The horse made of water is B.
Ah, there you go. C? Mulan? People, looks like a bunch of people think Mulan. D, Moana. Looks like a majority of the audience are saying Mulan. No one knows who the Knock is. The Knock may be a figment of Tom's imagination.
I'll go with C.
C, Mulan. Final answer?
Final answer.
All right.
The audience was right.
You got it. Oh, wow. All right.
Animated form in the bubble sequence already, so she's not new to the show.
Right. It's true.
We're at 125. 3 questions left to 250 Corbucks. No one has ever gotten to 250 Corbucks before. You do have one lifeline, a 50-50, probably will come in handy. Let's see what that 150 Corbuck question is. Once you enter the Mexico Pavilion, you're greeted by a unique pyramid that stands at what height?
They have to get hard.
A, 36 feet, B, 20 feet, C, 10 feet, D, 100 feet.
I'm gonna go with A.
A?
Final answer.
Final answer? All right, let's lock it in. 36 feet. There we go. There we go. Forced perspective, right? Looks a lot taller. Ooh.
I think this is the new record. I think we're at the new
I think we are. I think we are.
Oh, no, so we got the 200 last show, so we're...
200, oh.
No, so we're tied. Yeah.
All right.
So we're there.
Here it is, the 200 Corbuck question. The animatronic chickens in the former iteration of Goofy's Barnstormer were from what Epcot Center attraction? A, World of Motion. B, Spaceship Earth. C, Horizons. D, Listen to the Land.
50-50.
All right, please get rid of 2 wrong answers. World of Motions and Horizons. Does that help you out?
I'm gonna go with Horizons. C.
All right, final answer. You can walk away with 150 if you don't.
Final answer.
All right, let's do it. Horizons. World of Motion. Here's World of Motion. You're down to 75 Corbucks. Austin, Great job, Austin. Yeah, that was fun. All right, we have more when we return. We have another contestant here on Who Wants to Win the LOT of Corbucks. We'll be right back. Nice job.
Thank you, man.
All right. Take that. Thank you.
This Christmas, immerse yourself in the holiday spirit at the Grand Floridian's spectacle of mismatched lights. Come wander through our wonderland of lights. White lights, orange lights, burned out lights, and more. And make sure to bring the kids to meet Sparky the Elf, our in-house electrician. Afterwards, warm up with old-fashioned hot chocolate in the Enchanted Rose. And by that, we mean buy an old-fashioned for $25 and then buy some hot chocolate for the kids. The Grand Floridian spectacle of mismatched lights, a holiday tradition like
The holiday season has come to Disney parks, and a new year is just on the horizon. But Disney management is always looking for ways to cut corners and has a history of firing Imagineers at Christmas. What is one to do? Presenting the Sklar on the Star, your best way to keep Disney management in check. Created in the likeness of Disney Imagineering legend Marty Sklar, simply attach this little scout to the top of any Christmas tree on Disney property, and he'll keep an eye on management meddling. Just listen to this Imagineer.
Mr. Chapek was talking about turning Carousel of Progress into a rotating gift shop until he saw old Marty up there at the top of the Christmas tree, and it really spooked him. He knows that Marty talks to Walt, and Walt talks to Santa. Well, nobody wants coal in their stocking, after all.
Yes, the Sklar on the Star will have your nearby Disney management on their best behavior. But that's not all. It also inspires Imagineers to think outside the box and work towards cohesive theming goals.
I was working on the Incredibles themed area over there at the Contemporary and noticed Marty up there on top of the tree in the lobby and just thought, what in the world are we doing? More Pixar at the resorts? But why? And what does Beauty and the Beast have to do with the Grand Floridian? Oh, why did we even put that there? Thanks to the Sklar on the Star, I feel I got my head on straight once again. Thanks, Marty.
But what about the rest of the year? Well, then purchase the John Hinch on a Bench or Mary Blair on the Stair. The Sklar on the Star family of products, keeping an eye on Disney management so you don't have to.
Welcome back to Who Wants to Win a LOT of Corbucks. It is time to meet our next contestant. Hi, Colton.
Hello.
How you doing tonight?
Doing good. How about you?
Good. Glad to have you here. You're gonna win a LOT of Corbucks tonight, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Buy a lot of cool prizes on our prize wall. Let's see how many Corbucks you can win tonight, Colton. Let's get right to that one Corbuck question. All right, here it is. The film inside the Tree of Life at Disney's Animal Kingdom is titled It's Tough to Be a Blank. Is it A, Bug, B, Lemur, C, Black Swan, or D, Bad Disney CEO?
I'm going to go with A, Bug.
A, Bug. Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
All right, we'll lock that in. It is Bug. All right, your next question for 2 Corbucks. What is the new nighttime show that just debuted at Tokyo Disney Sea? A, Fantasmic 2, Electric Boogaloo. B, Believe, Sea of Dreams. C, Believe, Land of Nightmares. D, harmonious?
I think I'm going to go with B.
B? That one's believable. Is that your final answer? All right, you got 2 Corbucks. All right, let's go for 3 Corbucks now. What is the next question? Which of these is not a Disney value resort? A, Art of Animation. B, Pop Century. C, All-Star Movies. Or D, Grand Floridian.
Can I call in the crowd?
Yes, you certainly can. All right, let's poll the crowd. Anyone think it's A? How about B? No B? C? How about D? Whoa, there you go. I think you got it.
Okay, I'll go with D.
You lock in D? All right. Let's see. You got it, D. Exactly.
They're all the same at that age.
All right, for 5 Corbucks, here's your next question. In Fantasmic, who does battle? A, Mickey vs. Gaston. B, Mickey vs. the bowler hat guy. C, Mickey vs. Maleficent. Or D, Tom Corless vs. Bob Chapek. Wow.
I'm going to go with C.
C, Mickey vs. Maleficent. Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, lock it in. Got it. All right, for 10 Corbucks, here is your next question. Before it was Prince Charming's, to whom did the carousel in Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom belong to? A, Cinderella. B, Snow White. C, Lady from Lady and the Tramp. Or D, Sleeping Beauty.
Can I do the 50-50?
You can. Let's get rid of 2 wrong answers. So it's either Cinderella or Snow White. Who did the carousel belong to? The Magic Kingdom.
Let's go with Snow White. B.
Go with.
Where do you want to call?
Oh, do I need? I'll call.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Good. We got another question to ask you.
What's the question?
Before it was Prince Charming's, to whom did the carousel in Fantasyland at Magic Kingdom belong to?
That would be Cinderella. It was Cinderella's golden carousel when the park opened.
Oh, you don't even need the multiple choices?
No, I'm watching.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. We'll go with A, Cinderella. And you got it. You're guaranteed at least 10 Corbucks here. Nice job. Let's see if we can get you some more Corbucks, though. Let's go for 15. Where can you not find a Star Wars themed bar? I know you probably frequent the bars very often, right? Yeah. A, Disneyland Paris. B, Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. C, Disney Hollywood Studios. Or D, Disneyland Park. When's the last time you've been to a Star Wars bar?
Never.
Never. Oh, okay. Well.
I guess let's go A, Disneyland Paris.
A, Disneyland Paris. Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, let's see. You got it. They don't know what they're missing. All right, for 25 Corbucks, here's your question. Who is the owner of the one-of-a-kind antiques and curios shop at the entrance to Disney's Hollywood studio? A, Victor Fleming. B, Sid Cahuenga. C, Frank Capra. D, Houston.
I don't
Tom
know
would
this.
punch me if I didn't.
You definitely got it wrong on this show before.
Oh, I'm sure I did.
I don't think I know this one, so I'll just go C.
See, Frank Capra?
Yep.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, let's see. Nope, it's Sid. It's Sid. But that's 10 Corbucks for you, Colton. Thanks very much for playing Who Wants to Win a Lot of Corbucks. Appreciate you coming. We'll be back. Are we taking a break? Or am I tossing it to you? I don't.
We're going to commercial.
All right, commercial break. All right, we'll be back with more news tonight after this.
Floating through the land in a big green plastic boat. Through the rainforest we go. Plexiglass in our face. Roosters on mailbox crow. Making doggies bark. Oh wait now, what? There's a Christmas overlay on this ride. Living with the land. Living with the land. Oh, what fun it is to ride this half-ass overlay. Hey, living with the land, living with the land. Oh, what fun it is to ride this half-ass overlay. A day or two ago, there was nothing on the ride. And then there came on True and put up all the lights. There's Christmas lights on fish, Christmas lights with shrimp, Christmas lights on tomato trees and stockings in the lab. Living with the land, living with the land. Oh, what fun it is to ride the only thing with no weight. Hey, living with the land, living with the land. Oh, what fun it is to ride Florida's only holiday overlay. It's the only one.
What a night of Corbucks.
I know.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. We keep getting closer and closer, man.
I know.
Closer and closer. But still,
Thought he
still
had
we
it
have
with
not-
all those lifelines.
I know. He did great. He did
Yep.
great. Both contestants did great. That was fun. Okay. What do we have here? Unbuilt Disney. Let's see what. Let's find out what attraction was never built. It's the Ozzy Osbourne Spectacle of Lights. Wow. It was a long way to go for that joke. We went all the way. I think there's super chats. I don't know if I'm going to see them, but we could try to show them. Are they not showing? No. We can hold off. Okay, we'll hold off. We'll get that. Oh wait, hold on. I've got a screen again.
We got it.
Maybe try now. There we go. That did it. Meemin' and Dreamin' 7.
Seven? Yeah, 7.
Yeah, 7. It was so I caught everyone off guard.
Yeah.
I forgot what it is. What is
I was like, 2? What?
Good luck, Austin, my best pal. I love you, Jake. Please let them read this for him. Well, he already did great. He did wonderful. He got your good luck in advance anyway and did great. So, Chuck, $4.99. This, oh my God. This will be my last super chat as Chuck Fapek, but much like me, Bob can chuck off. Hashtag we got him. Congratulations, we got him. Oh, man. Tyler Abbott, $4.99. Not a super chat, but I, Tom Corless, am not wearing...
Wow.
I'm not. They're actually, I can't wash them because they're Figment underwear from 1983. And so I try not to ruin them in the wash. Yeah. Step into the magic, $4.99. Wow, over 44,000 raised, and all in honor of the Epcot Food and Wine chip measuring cups.
Yes, it was.
This is still going on. Congratulations on another successful marathon show, Arlo. Thank you, Arlo. Sam Fritz, $4.99. Back to Thursday night like it should be. Bills lead the Patriots 17-7. Yeah. I mean, I don't need either of those teams to win, but P.S., would you read a super chat from, no.
Wow. I'm surprised it took them this long to do this
right?
to
Like
you.
what? This is like the first thing kids learn when you can like type a name into something. And our viewers have just figured it out.
Oh, boy.
God, wait till someone shows them emojis. Bill's stupid autocorrect. We got it, Sam, but thank you. William K9999. Never forget that Up is better than Lightyear. Absolutely.
Is that a thing?
Poor Robin. Oh, so you missed all of that.
Oh.
Robin Patrick on Deep in the Plus did their Pixar countdowns, and it was easily the angriest I've ever seen our audience get.
Oh.
Like the chat was, everyone was like yelling and screaming and like mad at, everyone dislikes Rob now. Everyone used to like Rob. No one likes Rob now. I'm joking. They were pretty mad at, he put Up was really very high, and then his reasoning was that the beginning makes him sad. Well, anyway. Let's move on. Retro Red, $5. Tom's not being hard on yourself. I laughed all through the monologue. Besides, you can't get the CEO of Disney fired every week.
Watch us.
Oh, the fight.
Challenge accepted.
The quarterly reports, man. Oh, man. Michael Torres, $3. Appreciate you guys. We appreciate you, Michael. The Eric Shapiro Show, $4.99. It's on right after us. It's on after
Larry Elder.
Larry Elder, and then the Eric Shapiro Show is on. Stay tuned for that. And then Carson Daly, I think, is after all those. Watching the greatest, dumbest show ever. I'm so glad to be at last week's show and had a great time. You're really rubbing it in against you guys. You guys are the best. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Eric. Good luck on your show. Elon Smith, $1.99. Thanks for the great streams. Nick is awesome. Andrew Freehand, $2. Bart Simpson crank calls are the new Outback jokes. See, no one even remembers the Outback jokes. That's not even funny anymore. Keep up, guys. You got to keep up. I love that we put this giant tree in the middle of Nick and I. Nick's even farther away now.
Hey.
How's it going over there?
Pretty good.
Don't touch my tree.
Okay.
I was going to put ornaments on it, but it's so close to Nick that I'm like, this is a terrible. No, we're just going to leave it. We're just going to leave it bare. It's fine. It looks nice.
Just looking for squirrels.
You're looking for squirrels. They're all on I-4. Go look over there. Let's see the calendar. We have 2 more shows left this year. Next week, I am scared to say this, but next week, I believe, is the return of the map game.
Certainly is, Tom.
A Christmas map game.
Okay.
A very Christmas map game.
Sure.
Yeah. And then on December 15th, we're handing the show over to our good friend Tony Ragu of Tony's Town Square Restaurant for another Tony's Microwave Christmas special, which will include maybe a pizza cook-off. We're not sure if we get to use that pizza oven or not. We gotta find out. Also, Tony Party.
I'll bring a pizza oven. Do you want me to bring a pizza?
You'll bring a pizza oven?
I have a pizza.
Oh, maybe. We'll talk about it. Also, Tony Party will be back.
Yes.
Once again, I think we're gonna let the audience play this year. I've heard. No?
Wait, didn't the audience play last time?
Well, that was the anniversary event we let them play.
Okay.
But last year when we played on the Tony episode, when they played, I wasn't there. on the Tony episode, only the staff got to play. But I think this year, some staff and some audience will get to play this year. And then also, I'm sure there'll be lots of other fun. Tony always has a great time hosting that Christmas special. And of course, you can get your tickets to join us at the next 2 shows and beyond at WDWNewsTonight.com. Nick, who brings us a show every week?
News Tonight is brought to you by The Vacationaire, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next magical Disney trip. The best part is their services are free. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. The Vacationaire, the official travel agency of WDWNT.
Why did Eric Morton super chat?
It's a blank super chat. You're supposed to get excited.
I am, but what?
Yay!
Okay. Eric just had $2 burning a hole in his pocket.
Am I supposed to tell you to move Figaro to Nick's lap?
No. Wait, what? Oh, the icon's Poppy? I can't see that. It's Poppy.
That's Butters.
Oh, it's Sputters. Aw. Now everyone's sad. Good job, everybody. All right. People are still yelling free in the chat. They're very behind. Okay. Comments. Do you have comments? Or these are the Bob Chapek comments?
Some of them are.
Some of them are. Here we go.
Some of them aren't.
Some of them are.
Walt Disney presents...
We're still laughing at fart jokes. We're writing huge ass in the chat. Like, come on.
Oh, that was a very pretty setup. I like the lighting in the Christmas tree. It's nice.
Wait, we just got a super chat. Hold on, I'm interrupting for a very important super chat. Do we have it, Jay? I'm gonna pray. I know. He started showing the comments, and I'm like, "There's super chats." Adventures by Carney 199. I really miss Pete. I'm so happy he is here. Can we talk about this? So Pete apparently was not out of town.
Apparently not.
During the show.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot.
We had Liquid Magic without him. Pete wasn't out of town.
I think Sabrina put out rumors that Pete wasn't in town so she could be on.
Oh, man. It's real competitive for that second spot on.
It really is.
Man. Gotta be careful, Pete. Careful. All right. Nick, go ahead.
Hey, Pete. Did you know that a little Liquid Magic sound plays every time we pour liquid?
Get out of here.
Yeah, it happens. It's a thing.
It's Liquid Magic.
That. Every time.
It brings me such joy.
I just found that out. All right, comments. Disney gives annual pass holders golden tap styles at Magic Kingdom entrance. At DVC pass holder wrote, oh, so the AP price increase was to cover the gold paint needed. Got it. Gold paint. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. How about this story? Drunk woman exposes her breasts to guests, gets arrested after being too intoxicated to operate the Uber app at Universal Orlando. Frank Whiteclaw wrote, sounds like I need to check out Universal.
The name. The name makes it.
So good. All right,
guys, you should learn from Frank Whiteclaw.
Yes.
It's way better than huge ass.
Bob Chapek fired, Bob Iger returning as Disney CEO. We have a few comments from that. John wrote, so does Disney technically keep the money if they just put Chapek animatronic back into storage? What do they do with the robot? Yeah.
Use it for parts like he did the Great Movie Ride.
Ooh.
It's all right. Do you think when they fired him, they like both...
I don't like this.
Do you think him and Bob Iger stood outside of an old airplane and he said, here's looking at you, kid? And then... Best last line of a job ever.
At Iowa State J wrote, in his first official act, Bob selects Nick as the director of Magic Express. Foot baths for everyone. Yeah. Done. At Dex M Productions wrote, imagining Bob Chapek floating down with his golden parachute, shaking his fist, yelling, damn you, Tom Corless.
I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for...
At my name, one's Ben, Tron's construction lasted longer than Chapek as CEO.
It actually did. It actually did. So did the Epcot construction.
At Engaged Guy, it's all real, kids. There is a Santa, and he loves us.
No, he does. He gave us the best gift of all. Someone else's life collapsing.
Wow. At Pigment666, the crazy smile cut food portions lady is the protagonist in all of this. Yeah.
Christine McCarthy.
I think so.
We're now getting books instead of food.
Yeah. Wow.
Give them books. Give them IP-based books.
Genie Plus is $29 for the second day in a row. At Orange Bird, family from Denver, quote, it's okay, we don't have to eat today.
Have a book.
At Diz Guy, Genie Plus has our banks in a Genie minus. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh. Play the thing.
The worst joke, okay, yeah.
That's an achievement tonight, too.
All right.
That's the fourth one.
One more. Maybe we can redeem ourselves. Report claims Disney could be sold to Apple under returning CEO Bob Iger at Disney Mike 23. If the CEO changes his name to Iger, watch out. Not bad. There's your comments.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. They're super
You get it? Iger?
I got it.
Oh, okay. You have to see it, too. Right?
They're super chats. I think they're super chats. I almost read Pete's again. Patrick Gaffney, $5. Would you read chats from names that sound dirty but really are not? Like, no, boy. Dick Tate, Felix Sighted, Head of Hair, Poppy Cox, and Chaos. What is this, a Disney food blog video? Get this cutesy garbage out of here. Malibu Daisy, $4.99. I've been yelling toodles for 5 minutes straight. Can someone please bring our table some napkins when you get a chance? Our onion was a bit messy.
Oh, toodles.
She's not hearing that. That is the longest clip. Elon Smith, 199. In Florida in March, can I see WDWNT live then? We should be on. We'll be back in early January and we'll be on. Yeah, March Madness is in March, so absolutely. Our next break is not until April. So we'll be on in January and February and March. We will be here, yeah. Kenny Saraki, 1999. I always miss Pete. His life is a gentle balance of both liquid and magic.
It's liquid magic.
I've never, people often ask me, how's that Pete guy? And I never know how to respond. His life is a gentle balance of both liquid and magic is absolutely the proper response, which is why he spanks the mint so hard.
It's liquid magic.
That's a good one. That's great. We're going to take a commercial break. When we have a discussion up next, and Pete is actually here. We invited Pete this week, so stick around for more.
Say hello to Hey Disney, the all-new voice assistant for Alexa. You'll be able to get the weather with Olaf, joke around with the galaxy's funniest droids, C-3PO and R2-D2, go on adventures with Dory, listen to your favorite Disney stories, plus so much more. Awaken the magic and discover a world of fun with some of Disney's most beloved characters. Use Hey Disney to book a park reservation.
Park not available.
Or use it for customer service.
Hey Disney, my showing of Hoop-Dee-Doo was canceled without notice.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I am shipping a used bowl to your saved address.
You can use it to check the weather.
Hey Disney, what's the weather like?
In Florida, maybe it'll rain, maybe it won't. Are you Samantha?
And our newest feature, bring the Walt Disney World Resort home with you to help you sleep the way you do in our resort hotels. Like a white noise generator, but with a little Disney magic.
Hey Disney, make it sound like I'm sleeping at an all-star resort. Better make it art of animation. Hey Disney, how about the Grand Floridian?
I can unlock deluxe resorts for $500.
Hey Disney with Alexa, available soon-ish. And don't worry, Destination D23 attendees, you'll probably get yours one day.
The holidays are here. What are you going to do? Drive yourself gift shopping like a trash person? Why not take a ride in Nick's Maxi Van? Nick's Maxi Van takes all the stress out of Orlando area holiday shopping. Coordinate your pickup time with Nick and he'll grab you from your hotel, residence, or wherever you might be. While on the way to the stores, you can snack on a selection of already opened candy canes, Reese's Trees, and Cranberry Sprite. We also have a nice warm foot bath at every seat. You can also enjoy a personal entertainment center with DVD copies of Jingle All the Way 2 and Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas. Once you arrive at the mall, Pete will escort you to every store as your personal security, acting as a human shield and pushing Midwestern moms to the ground so you can grab that PS5 or galactic snacking Grogu. Nick will keep the van running for a quick escape, so just jump in and we'll shake the fuzz. So don't worry about your holiday shopping any longer with the Nick's Maxi Van Holiday Special. Book tonight by calling 407-WDW or online at our new home, nicksmaxivan.com.
Ho, ho, ho! I'm coming down your chimney whether you like it or not. And those aren't reindeer you hear up on your roof every night.
Welcome back to News Tonight. We're live on WDWNT TV. We're back. A quick thank you. Last week's News Tonight is the most watched episode already of all time. Of all time. Yeah, 30-something thousand people watch News Tonight. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild. And I'm sure we're back to 5,000 this week. They're like, man, it was that first episode I watched was great, and I watched the next one. It was a completely different show. They didn't do anything. There was a tree in most of the shot. I don't know.
It's also the most viewers we've ever had from Burbank and Glendale.
I don't know about that. With or without Disney Global Security. Yeah. Depends. Let's see what's premiering this week on Broadway. Back to the Future, the musical. It's a different Back to the Future. That's what we should do. The next time we just sing the whole history of the American Adventure.
Jason and I tap dances and me.
Gee, Mr. Kent, that'd be swell.
New Hamilton.
Wow. It's in the rotunda. Doc Brown just flew in the DeLorean. Can't see. Road. Anyway, we have a discussion. Obviously, Nick and I are here, but we have Eric Morton, Jason Devenall, Pete Carney are all here. Thanks for being here, everyone. So obviously, last week we put Bob Chapek behind us. He's gone. But obviously, in the wake of the Chapek era, as both in charge of parks and resorts, but also then as CEO, obviously we have, as park fans, have not felt like they've taken the best care of the parks or done the right things for the consumer, right? And so the question is, what are the things that need to be addressed first? What are the things, if you're coming in as CEO, what are the immediate things that need to be addressed at the parks do you think make the biggest impact or just need to be fixed immediately? Like, what are the first steps to get things back on track? So that's the question we want to ask tonight, and I'll let you, the illustrious panel, Tell me what do we need to fix first?
I think we might as well just get it out of the way first. Park passes. That's what like everybody on Twitter say.
I mean, that's my number one
right?
too.
So we don't need to talk about that. We've talked about that.
Probably a pipe dream for now, but I think it's the thing everybody wants the most.
So if it's,
I don't think it's happening.
I think it's going away for tickets.
I don't think it's happening
going away.
immediately, though.
No, I think it's going away for regular tickets, though. Yeah. I think pass holders are still going to have to do it because we're unpredictable, right? We can come at any point. So I think they want to know when we're coming. Obviously, if people have bought park tickets, they know they're coming to Disney World, right? Like they know they have to account for that number of people no matter what. We are sort of the thing floating out there that's like the uncertainty, right? It's like, well, how many of them are going to show up? Which is what they didn't like at Disneyland. They especially didn't like what happened on the weekends, and they really didn't like what happened after 5 p.m. You know, when people just were like, I'm out of work, time to go hang out at Disneyland. Let me grab my gang jacket.
Like, was it the 50s with the pink ladies all went to Disneyland?
Do you not know about the Disneyland gang, the social clubs? Yeah,
but
I mean,
that's also kind of what Epcot is, and that's what they need to promote and bring money in, and no one cared. Like, you just knew Friday nights and Saturday nights were going to be busy at Epcot, because all the locals are going to be there, because we were going to go watch Eat to the Beat, spend a couple $100 on food, and go home.
Yeah.
There is something to be said that Bob Iger could probably try to rebuild some good faith with pass holders. I don't know if that's going to mean the reservation system, but in general,
or sell them.
We have even during Iger, but more so under Chapek, pass holders have been treated like third-class citizens. Locals are treated like suspects. You used to be able to like go to a lounge and know you could go there in a resort, and now it's like sometimes they're going to frisk you and do a body cavity search to get into the Grand Floridian to park so you can go to the Enchanted Rose.
My whole life, that lady at the Contemporary would not let anyone in, and then she finally retired.
Meanwhile, I've been asking every cast member to frisk me, and I haven't been done once. Unbelievable.
I just want goodwill in general towards guests.
Yeah.
Like I want to feel like
you're
welcome again. Like a long term. Like I get things that they do, but like I want that like long term kind of brand identity loyalty for the people who love your brand. I want that long term thinking instead of short term monetary thing.
And I think this is a general overriding thing that all of us experience is that there was a time when, yes, Disney costs a premium price, but everybody there would lay down and do whatever to make sure you got a premium experience.
Right.
That's what
and
I was
now
gonna
I
say
think
too,
it's just
yeah.
like, you don't like it?
Yeah.
Is that, I mean, obviously he's in the position he's in because the stock tanked, right? Which is like what gave us, they had to do something.
Yeah.
So you have to do something to help the stock prices go up, so you can't just come in and be like, hey, things will be cheaper, here's more, you know, which I'm
There's gonna be
asking for cheaper.
but I think that trickles down through taking care of his cast members better, which comes down to better service for us, and bringing back some of those programs. Like Tables in Wonderland was an amazing program that we loved, and it gave us a little bit more incentive.
I eat at Disney World way less than I used to.
Yeah,
you guys
100%.
remember, I used to only eat at Disney World.
Yeah,
But then they took my discount away, and so I don't.
And you're like, I guess I'll try Chipotle for the first time.
I guess I'll try DoorDash.
Now DoorDash, now they have like a Tables in Wonderland type program, so that's why I eat DoorDash. They do. They have like a thing you buy, and then it's cheaper, right?
And they get free valet at your house.
Well. But you touched on it, but that was really actually my number one is if you treat the cast members better, it's like the circle of life, right? If the cast members are paid better and feel respected, they're going to be happier at work, right? If they're happier at work, they're going to treat guests better. If you treat guests better, guests are going to be happier and not punch cast members nor each other, right? It's all
But
this.
aren't
It's
cast
this
members,
cycle.
like, they're still underpaid, but aren't they paid dramatically better than they were pre-pandemic?
No.
Right? Remember, as Universal was like the ones that went to $15 an hour. Disney was like, we might do $12.05.
No, they're like, we'll do 15, but built into the next 10 years. Like, it was always like verbiage. And
So now
still,
it's like,
yeah,
now
now they
they're
have
trying to
the
fix it,
protest, and they're like, all right, over the next 5 years, we'll bring everyone up to 20, and maybe
I
if
guess
you're
what
in
I'm
this.
saying is they've never been paid better, and maybe the guest experience has never been worse.
Right.
No,
So,
but that
but
comes from management. We lost so much of that magic went to Universal. When they furloughed all those people and said, hey, we're not going to take care of you during the pandemic, they went over to the Universals, including Imagineers, including, frontline cast members who have been there for years, who have been those trainers.
I'm just saying the pay isn't everything.
It's not.
It's part of the equation, right? Treating them like they're human beings, right? Like they're not firing them via mass tweet, right? Treating them like human beings. I think I think agreeing to eventually be $5 ahead of what minimum wage is now is a big start, right? Like it starts to make people feel better. That, and then you have to make other changes. That doesn't have to be the only thing, but there are going to have to be other changes, like maybe not working them to death.
I was going to say, staffing issues are a big thing too.
But they weren't good at that before the pandemic either.
No. But I mean, you can pay people $20 an hour, but if you work them like slaves and don't give them breaks and whatever, treat them like trash, $20 an hour isn't going to make them feel good and be nice to guests.
And just to go off of that, even if you are going to pay someone a little bit less, if you love going to work, you'll take less money because you look forward to going to work. It's not a chore to get in the car.
Look at those people that worked at Disney World for 30 or 40 years. They didn't work there for the money. They worked there because they cared, right?
And they loved it. They loved going to work. They created magic. They got to see it every day and go home feeling fulfilled, like they did something. And that's why people took less pay. But if you're going to go to work and make it a living hell and pay them very little and not appreciate them, you're not going to find great help. You're not going to find those magical cast members.
I feel like the Disney problem has always been like, I have never talked to a cast member who either worked, who felt they worked the right amount of time they wanted to work. Everyone I've ever spoke to is like, they worked me too much, or I want more hours and they won't give it to me. I've never met anyone who's in the middle, who's just like, I worked the amount of hours I asked for. That just doesn't, I don't know if it's out of spite or stupidity from management. Either way, no one ever works like even close to the amount they want to work, it seems.
Yeah, and it needs to be said too that Bob Iger would be foolish to go after fixing a lot of the park problems first, because out of all the things that are broken in the Disney organization, parks are probably not a high priority. Right?
I mean, there's a company-wide mandate right now to
Chipek's
cut.
not fired because of the parks.
No, but there's a company-wide mandate to cut costs right now because you need to show a stronger quarter, right?
And we're not talking about anything other than parks on this episode.
No, let's not forget that parks. Let's not forget that parks have always.
Chipek being fired was probably that giant loss for Disney Plus. And I know we're not going to talk all about Disney Plus.
But parks have always suffered for every other division, right?
Yes.
When the chips are down, when they're like, all right, we got to make cuts, parks is always involved in that, right? Like we always bear the brunt of that for some reason.
Even though parks is usually the one that makes the money to prop up other divisions.
I think what I'm trying to say is, they're not going to fix big things that cost them money. They're going to fix little, cheap, low-hanging fruit things.
That's what, and so
that's where their efforts should be focused. And I think the reservation system is I don't think that the reservation system saves them as much money and labor as they act like it saves them. I think they think it's cute to say, look what we can do. Look at all our big data, abilities to twist on it, turn on a dime and all this crap.
I think if you get rid of the reservation system, you're likely to make more money because people will come on a whim and buy things.
Well, I think what they're losing in revenue there, they're gaining in analytics and learning their audience and saving money on labor on the other end.
I don't think that they do because I think they think they do, and I think they want their investors to think they do, but I don't think they actually do. I don't think they really understand this. And this goes all the way back to their surveys that they send out to people that give them bad data because their surveys are created with a predetermined conclusion in mind.
Yeah,
right? It's not a survey. It's a choose your own adventure book that can only lead to one answer.
It gets twisted by someone in a boardroom to achieve something, right?
Yeah.
You laugh at what Jason said, like they're not that smart. If I have learned anything in 15 years of covering this company, they actually are. There are smart people in the company, don't get me wrong, but they never utilize anything the way they should, right? And it's true. It's always short-sighted, right? It's always like, look how much money we save by cutting this, and this. But you never understand what's also lost by cutting those things, like what money could have been made. Stupid things they've done, like cutting store hours and things like that. And I see people stand outside a restaurant somewhere, and I'm like, you know how much money you would have made? Like, the cart. What does the cart cost you to operate for another hour? What does that cart cost?
That card pays itself off in the first probably week or month as the physical cart, and then you're paying a cast member, like we just discussed, close to nothing. So they have to sell, I don't know, 4 scoops of gelato, and then the cart's paid off for the day.
I mean, there were 30 people standing outside of Mama Melrose yesterday, looking in the door of a closed. Well, not only that, they're looking in the door of a closed Stage 1 merchandise shop.
It was hard for me and my 39 friends to get in there, and there's no store. But that's a very good point. I was going to bring up all the stores that are actually closed too. Like you would think, like they have so many hollow spaces. When we were at studios yesterday, there were 4 places that were closed that are just hollow spaces.
It's the park with the most that's closed.
Yeah,
it's and it's the park with the least to do and the most people in it. Yet it's the park with the most that's closed, which is insane. And that accounts for attractions too, right? Mermaid, I mean, Mermaid's not coming back, but you know, Mermaid's still closed. You're not operating the Launch Bay Theater still. Like you have the most actual closed attractions in that park. You haven't brought back Streetmosphere. We won't even get into more entertainment, but
also it's got to be the park with some of the most downtime because I feel like even yesterday while I was there, Slinky was down for over an hour. We got evacuated and escorted off of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
I've been escorted off a Runaway Railway.
It's so much
but
fun
for different reasons.
Sir,
you have to stop spitting onto the ride.
Stop throwing things. But Rise goes down a lot. Tower of Terror was down. Rock and Roller
Terror was horribly
down. Rock and Roller Coaster, like you have a park that more than half of the attractions yesterday at one point were closed.
Well, Tower of Terror has to go down. Like that's half the ride.
Yes, but it never went back up.
That's a peach.
Oh, come on.
Where's the sound effect?
No.
It's also a park with probably the most challenging parking destinations where you can be way out there at Hollywood Studios.
And there's no tram.
Right?
This parking lot has no tram.
You're already pissed off when you walk in the gate. And then by the end of the night, you're like, man, I thought that walk from Fantasmic back out was bad. Now I got to go to row 315 all the way down. You know, it's, I mean.
You're in like a section you didn't know existed. It's like Greedo 450. And you're like, this wasn't even here earlier.
We need a people mover for the parking lot. If we go back to the original topic, I feel like we just went all into Hollywood Studios.
Is this your first discussion?
I haven't done a paddle in a while, and now I remember why.
Are we talking like logically or what our wish list?
Yeah,
it could be a little bit of both. I mean, yeah.
Because I mean, like Pete
I mean,
said
there's
at the
certainly stuff he
beginning,
has to green light to get the ball rolling, even if it is years away, right?
It's a financial decision, right?
Yeah.
Like what he decides.
Or just to fix, or just to repair the appearance of the company, right?
Because I mean, it's not my list. It's just more entertainment. Like you said. Like Streetmosphere and things like that.
I mean,
that's at the top of my wish list. Like more entertainment, because that's what I like about the parks.
Streetmosphere in particular.
I mean, if you're talking completely blue sky, imagine all the executives. Don't get me wrong, I love Iger, but let's just go back to the days of Walt Disney. Took those pay cuts to say like, hey, I want all my employees to have a livable wage. Chop up my $30 million. Give it to the people who deserve it. Chop up his $7 million. Chop up his $10 million.
Or keep them not furloughed at least until the CARES Act kicks in.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, let's make sure our people have health care. Let's make sure they can feed their children. I mean, how much money do we have to raise for the cast member pantry?
But I have another house in Florida I need to finish.
Yeah. And now, of course, he's got to sell it because no one in Florida likes him.
Well, yeah, no, the
poor
neighbors.
guy can't even go to a grocery store.
I don't think he was going to the grocery store.
Where is he going to get his ketchup?
He's already an egg. He needs more.
Oh, boy. No, but I mean, like, that won't happen, but it would be nice, and that was something we said out of the gate, was that trickle down. Like, let the executives show the next level, and that level show the cast members, and even managers in the park. Like, make working here special for the cast members. And I know I'm like just a guest, but I have such a better time when I have a great cast member than as to a time when I can go on the best ride a million times, but if the person just looks miserable, like, I can't wait to get off my shift, I hate working here, that just takes away from all the magic that we've come to love, why we keep coming back.
Yeah, that is absolutely number one. It's just the atmosphere at the parks. It's not a place I look forward to going the way I used to because
That
the
does come
atmosphere
down
is
to the
different.
cast members.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Like I said,
And then it
I wanna
reaches
make
the
sure
guest,
it's clear.
right?
I wasn't saying the cast members are making too much money.
No,
I'm saying
That's what
it
we heard,
doesn't
Eric.
matter. It doesn't matter if you pay them a little bit more if they're still miserable, and they're miserable. They're feeling better now.
And I don't blame them.
Morale
for
is way
projecting
up,
that.
I can tell you. Like everyone I've spoke to is like, oh man, everyone's in such a good mood. Yeah,
And we weren't celebrating Bob Iger being back as much as we were celebrating Chapek being gone. Bob Iger has a lot of faults, right? He was not. Plenty of stuff that we didn't like happened under his reign.
Yeah. He gave us a lot of debt too. I mean, so it's,
he bought some debt too.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah.
But he, again, and you know what's funny is they were talking about this on CNBC, whether yesterday or today, but so that's their direct competitor, right? Universal owns NBC, and there was these two panelists, and one of them you could tell really likes Disney, and she kept defending it, and the other one didn't. But they made a lot of good points to go, how is Iger, there's a huge celebration around the company, and even like you could see it with stock prices and even talk and chatter. Iger is a great leader. He is fantastic. He's well-spoken. He knows what he's doing. And they go, how do you find someone like him in only 2 years? And she made a good point. She goes, well, when Iger started 15 years ago, he wasn't the same Bob Iger he is today. No. So that it's about that grooming process and that opportunities for people to do it. Like I think either one of the shows you were on or something else I was listening to, but like even with Bob Weiss, like he started he was scooping ice cream and then he became in a Disney park to being the head of Imagineering.
Tony Baxter was an ice cream scooper too.
Yeah, like that doesn't exist anymore.
We may have found our career path.
So be nice to the guy scooping your gelato at the new carts.
Because he may build Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I mean, yeah, I still think, I think my theory is Tom Staggs and Kevin Meyer are coming back. I don't think 2 years is time enough to
I think
to
the
get
worst thing
anyone.
that happened was they got rid of Tom Staggs.
Absolutely.
That was the worst thing that happened.
He's
to
the fan
company.
favorite, but how realistic is it?
He's
that he
not
doesn't?
just a fan favorite. He's a favorite of anyone that's worked with him, right?
Okay.
And so this is like
He was also
we used to,
a really
we
good
used to jump.
CFO, right?
He was.
You've
But
got
then
a
at
guy
Parks and
who's
Resorts,
a
he was
good
phenomenal.
CFO, and he's good with the parks. Like
You can put him
Bingo.
anywhere, and he'll let people do what they need to do, and the numbers will follow, right? That's the Tom Staggs way, right?
Yes.
And so, like,
Which is a little bit of Roy Disney.
but that's like we used to. I mean, obviously, we were on Chapek's case all the time, right? And people would write stuff like, oh no, you don't know what people in the company think, and blah blah. And the same with the Josh D'Amaro stuff. They're like, how do you know Josh D'Amaro is good, and blah blah blah. It's like, because if you talk to people in the company, it very quickly becomes evident who they like and who they don't, right? Like Bob Chapek, the second he got the Parks and Resorts job, people in meetings with him would tell me the wildest things, and it wasn't even like they disliked him. It was just like. Everyone just looked around at each other. It's like, I don't know what this guy's talking about. And then eventually it became more of like, oh, this guy's, we don't like this guy. And that just continued to grow and grow and grow. And then, you know, we heard the same things post all of this about Kareem Daniel, which I didn't even know, but everyone in the company was happy about that too. Apparently he was not a very nice guy to all of them either. And it goes a long way, right? Tom Staggs, not only were the results there, I think everyone who worked with him had something good to say about Tom. Same thing with Kevin Meyer. Like these are, you know, you're not only people that delivered results, they're people that all these creative people liked working for. And if creative people don't feel appreciated, they're not going to give you their best product, which is what we saw out of Imagineering. We saw, after Pandora, we saw years of junk, right? Except for the people that got to go work with OLC, where they got to hide away from all this nonsense that was happening and go work for a company that gave them a nice big budget and believed in them, and they got to do all this stuff. And then how do they get rewarded for that? Well, these idiots come in from over here and fire all of them after they finish a beautiful expansion in Japan. It's what you get for working on the Japan portfolio. But yeah, I mean, these are good people. I think that's who's coming. And I'll vouch for Josh D'Amaro because anyone's ever interacted with the guy has nothing but nice things to say. Yeah. Chapek was the opposite. People don't, good, and people, oh, he looks good. That only goes so far.
Yeah. No, but you can
that
look at
doesn't make a difference
Look at
to
the way someone's treated when they walk through a hallway of either their peers at work and their coworkers, or even around the parks.
Yeah.
If you saw a Bob Iger or a Josh D'Amaro walking through the park, I guarantee people would line up left and right. They love him. Yeah. Thanks for everything you're doing. Chapek was afraid to walk through the parks, which is a sad thing. Just for the company.
That was before anyone even booed him. Like it was preemptive. Obviously, once people booed him, he ran for the hills. But even before that, he would always run. Like that was our first joke about him. Was not even money stuff. I think it was like that he was like a ghost. Like the guy would show up at events and then just vanish. And that was before we knew really anything about him.
If you knew nothing about them and you saw Bob Iger or Josh D'Amaro on stage giving a presentation, or Bob Chapek, just the enthusiasm that also kind of showed a knowledge of how the company operated and what people wanted and kind of why people loved the company, they got it. Right, and Chapek, you could see, and it's just a blank stare.
I mean, he brought out the Target
buzzwords.
dog.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about the difference in the Parks and Resorts presentations, right? Hey, everybody, the Target dog. Everyone's getting a $5 gift card to Target. Everyone's just like, yay.
I'm still waiting for my Echo show.
Can you announce it? I mean, that's true. Like, can you announce a ride? Oh, Target gift cards. We're going to put Disney merchandise on unthemed shelves in Target stores. Clap. Please clap.
So here's one of the things that happened under Chapek that I think they should reverse, is the closing of the Disney stores.
Yeah.
Right? Like
there should at least be a couple in each region, right?
Chapek was head of consumer products, and then when he got promoted, he basically went back and shot all his people.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
To be fair, retail is. I'm sorry, Eric. I'm just saying, like, retail is a dying thing, right? Like, we buy everything from Amazon. Like, you don't go to the mall as often as you used to. But with Disney, since you are such a storytelling company and you have an experience company, you can make an experience in every store. You can have those experiences, and there's so much they can do with having a physical.
I don't recall. It might have been 2015. Anytime after 2015, you went to a Disney store, it was junk.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's a different problem.
Totally forgettable
That's
experience.
a different problem. But look at like Apple stores. People go to Apple stores
because
even though
everything breaks.
Even though everything, well, but I mean, you can buy all of the Apple stuff online. So they don't need an Apple store. They need an Apple repair center. But they still have stores, and people still go there to buy things.
There's a value to that physical space,
Absolutely,
right?
yes.
It's the connectivity with the brand, right? It's a
to
tangible
people when they can't
connection.
visit the parks.
It is, right? I remember like that screen, the big screen in the back of the store was the first time I saw how many park things, right? It's the first, I didn't even know what California Adventure was, and then big Ferris wheel on the back screen. I was like, that's a Disney theme park. Stuff like that.
And
but
I mean, if the Disney stores weren't making money, that was pretty much Chapek's fault, because what they had in there, as Eric said, was a lot of garbage that no one wanted.
And it's happening to the park merchandise too, right? Like
absolutely.
That's why they're not opening more stores, because they don't have more product. They have what they have, right? You go in the front few stores in every park, and it is the same stuff. The only differences you find is when you go to Galaxy's Edge or Pandora or a ride exit, right? And only a couple of rides have their own merchandise. And outside of that, it is the same stuff that's on Shop Disney, is the same stuff that's in the parks, which doesn't make any sense. If they can buy it online, if you're going to shut Disney stores and be like, people can buy it online, then why sell the same stuff in the park? Why not just tell them to go to Shop Disney and only put stuff on the shelves that, is actually a product they can only buy at the place they've traveled to.
And that's what creates value, right? So like if you have something that's exclusive, that is what, more than the value of what you're paying for it. And now people want that experience. That used to be like magic bands. Like when I used to come down, that was the one thing we collected, because like I wanted that magic band, because there was only 1,000 sold for Festival of the Arts or whatever it was. And now like, it's just first of all, like the price is $40 for something that they used to give away for free at your hotel was insane. Yeah. But that's another thing, and just jumping off of that, going back to the original topic, things we'd love to see reversed. I don't even mind if they kept Genie Plus, which I think is a disaster and the most complicated thing in the world. And I love Len Testa put something beautifully in his New York Times piece, shout out to Len, just saying like, if he really wants to know how people feel, go to the parks and pretend you're a middle-class family and try and use Genie Plus, try and figure out where to eat. It is a complicated mess. And God bless all the Disney people out there who try to have to explain this. But if you want to have a system for people who have more money and the wealthy to do it, I have no problem with that. Make it more expensive and give them more. But don't give us a mediocre to garbage product at an overprice that makes things more complicated.
Controversially, the first thing I would change is I wouldn't charge people. I'm going to get booed for this, and I don't care. I wouldn't charge people.
Boo!
I wouldn't charge people for Genie Plus. I would charge people more. I would kill Genie Plus and I would bring in Disney Premier Access, and I would charge people more per Fast Pass. And it takes away all that complication, right? There's no fake planning system.
Yeah.
There's none of that garbage.
You want to ride it, and either
you want to
wait
ride,
or you pay.
Exactly.
That's it.
And Tokyo did it, right? And here's the thing. We said earlier, right? I don't mind. Eric said it earlier. He's like, people didn't mind the premium price of Disney in the past because they were treated like kings and the quality was unrivaled, right? When I go to Japan, I don't mind giving them the $15 to ride that ride sooner because I'm like, well, that ride, I know everything on that ride's gonna work. The ride's gonna look good. It's probably not gonna break down while I'm waiting for it. And in the end, everyone I encounter on the way from the entrance to the load area is going to smile and wave at me and be the kindest human being I've ever encountered.
And also,
that's
you
the
don't,
difference.
You don't mind paying that $15 for that ride because you're still $75 ahead for a day park ticket than you would be if you were in Florida.
I say this to Spencer all the time, and he grimaces over it. I would pay what we pay here for a day in those parks because they're clean,
worth it.
Everyone's happy,
Absolutely
the guests
worth it.
and the cast members. Everyone is actually smiling. And you know what? And then at that point you're like, well, it's 130 minutes for Beauty and the Beast. There is a standby. I don't have to get a boarding group, but I could, if I wanted to, for $15, I can skip that.
I was going to say a combination of that is, because I just miss it too, and it was so nice when we used to get 3 free ones and then a rolling 4th.
Yeah.
But charge, and you might be right, charge more for, hey, you can skip the line or have your lightning lane for very quick access, but give everyone, say, 1 free one, right? So you're guaranteed to at least ride your favorite ride once, or even say, like, just wet their beak and be like, you know what, maybe I will pay $15 to A, ride it again, or B, go do a second time, because I'm only here once a year, or I'm only here once every 5 years.
Give people all that junk that was in FastPass Plus that doesn't deserve money, right? Like, pay for Genie Plus. Magic Carpets of Aladdin, right? There can be a pool of things that are those free ones, right?
Yeah.
Magic Carpets of Aladdin, Tomorrowland Speedway, Space Ranger Spin, Winnie the Pooh.
Do we even need lightning lanes for these rides, though?
No, but if that's the stuff you want to give, like if you want to reintroduce free Fast Pass, but it's only like those less desirable rides, and then you charge $20 for Space, Big Thunder, Tiana's Bayou Adventure,
one a day
Tron.
for free, though. Because think about the family that's already paying all this money in travel, all this money for the resort.
But if there's a standby, they
and
have
then they get,
choice.
hey, listen, I love, like, this family says, like, I just love Space Mountain. We've been doing it since I was a kid. I want to take my kids on for the first time. It's a 2-hour wait. At least they get the 1 free one before spending another, let's say you're a family of 5 or whatever, another $100 or $150. They get the one, and then if they want to do another one, all right.
But
we're
they
gonna
can
have to
wait in the standby.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But
But at least
so
listen,
charging
you
by
give them the
charging
feeling,
that much, and we learned this with Rise and all of that. If you charge that much, there's not that many people sometimes going through that end, right? Because you're charging so much that it is like it's a premium option. So in Japan,
I get it, but also
there are not a lot of people going in that Beauty and the Beast Premier Access. There's almost no one, so it doesn't really slow these people down. But then these people got what they paid for,
I get it, but I'm saying it's one because I want every family to feel that special too. Like, you know, we didn't come up with a lot of money. We went to Disney once my entire childhood. But to give them that one special experience where, like, you get to feel like you're cutting the line. Like, how do you feel like the kid? Like, how come they all got to go in front of us? You're like, well, we're poor, son.
The problem is the genie's out of the bottle, right?
Yeah.
And you can't put it back in because you've started charging for Fast Pass and it made how many millions of dollars. And so it is impossible at this point to go back.
That's
From
why
a
I
business
said revamp
we
it, charge
can't go
more,
back.
give them more, let them have all their fun, but then give a little
But they're not
something
going
to
to give them Tron Light Cycle Run when they can charge $25 a person for it. That's the problem.
Okay, but, and
Bring
that's
back
fine.
e-ticket books.
Yeah, well, that's what it basically comes down to. It's like, yeah, you're
People really want physical. I mean, I love paper. But
How easy is it? You don't have to have a phone. You don't have to educate yourself ahead of time.
Eric, we should open our own theme park. It'll just be, you use tickets. And we only sell corn dogs and pretzels. Like, we'll just go all the way back to
You guys just want to go to like a
50s.
carnival off I-4?
They have one of those.
Yeah.
It's called Knobles, and it's fantastic.
Oh, Knobles. I love Knobles, where they're just like, we're going to build a flying turns ride. We don't know how to do it, but it might take 15 years, but we're going to do it.
And they did it.
They did.
And they did.
It has an hourly capacity of 12,
It's a
but
great
they
ride.
did it.
It's a great
I
ride.
need to go. I do need to go.
It's a great ride. I love that ride.
I just want to say, like, we're way in the weeds, but
Kind of.
The job of being a Disney CEO is a lot bigger than it used to be. They have so many responsibilities. The company's too big.
Yeah.
I'm okay with, like, people are afraid, someone might buy Disney and break them up. Like, bring it on.
You know what? I used to be very worried, and if you read the books that were written about the 1984 with Eisner and how
Disney War?
Disney War, Storming the Magic Kingdom, and how they wanted to break up Disney into parts and how bad of an idea it was. It was a bad idea in 1984. But can you imagine nowadays when the parks make so much money that gets funneled off and siphoned off to support stupid shows on Genie Plus?
What do you mean Disney
Plus? But you're right.
Plus.
God, we are probably not far away from shows on Genie Plus at this point.
If you want to watch Andor, it's an extra $11 an episode.
So much of the profits from the parks have been funneled off to support other business units. If they just split off the parks would be spectacular.
Yeah. Can you imagine if Apple bought them and every damn thing had a lowercase I at the front and a plus at the end? Like iGenie Plus.
Yeah.
And
can you imagine if there was a business model where the parks were split off from Disney and someone else operated them? That exists.
That exists.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right, and it works.
And it
works
great.
really well.
But I mean, the problem right now, I don't know that Disney is too big necessarily. They need to operate like they're 5 different companies, right? The CEO's job shouldn't be to micromanage things. The CEO's job should be to put people at the head of movies and television and Genie Plus and parks and resorts that know what they're doing and can operate those businesses like a standalone business.
Well, to take a shot at Bob Iger,
is when one side of that business starts sucking pond water, you got to.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
That's
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is imagine that every division got to keep their own budget, and they only had to give like 5 or 10% to Daddy, right?
No, you're going to.
So now the parks are making all this money. They could reinvest it. They can
can't
make
do that, Pete.
I know.
You're going to have a quarterly earnings call. You're going to panic. You go.
Of course you can. That's what I'm saying. Is that's why.
And also, like sometimes you look at just numbers to see if your department, if your divisions are doing well, right? And that's what happened with parks and resorts. When Iger put Chapek in charge, he wasn't paying attention, and he let Chapek do whatever. And he's like, "Oh, those numbers look good. He must be doing well."
Right.
And we're all standing there like, Josh and I are in the park, like everyone's miserable. The lines are outside of what queue space.
Clearly,
exists.
by Josh, you mean tomorrow.
I mean, easy Josh. And Josh, I used to play a game. It's like, can you find smiling people? Can you find guests smiling in the park? And this is pre-COVID, mind you.
Yeah.
This has been going on for a couple of years.
And
These parks have just not been
And
fun.
that's why I said the CEO has to put smart people in charge of the businesses and let them run the business.
But he'll only know if they're smart as if he actually watches them, right? He can't assign them and then be like,
no.
All right, I trust you.
Right. No. But I mean, that's all he has to do, right? The CEO has to watch the people that run the divisions to make sure they're actually smart and doing smart things. And he can like reallocate money to divisions that aren't doing well.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
They
Right?
also could just learn from themselves.
Man,
and
this
I know
job sounded easier and easier.
No, but I mean, like,
$65 million a year.
You can learn from yourself.
Do
Like,
it for
granted,
$5.
streaming is a new thing, and that whole media side is something that they have to figure out how to make that profitable, but yet still be interesting. They can't lose all this money, but go back to basics. Like when Disney changed the game theme park wise, I go, all right, what were we doing then that was so revolutionary? We built this billion dollar corporation, and it was we put people first. We put our cast members first. We want to make sure when you walked in, everything was perfect. And if it wasn't, let's have a good reason. Oh, we can't afford trees over here. Let's steal, hey, anyone in the neighborhood have an extra tree? Oh, we don't have gardening over here. Let's just put some scientific names on it. They put effort into it, and they could do that now. And it wouldn't cost that much, and they could change so much. And then even the court of public opinion would be like, well, they're making an effort. And that's something he could do right away that wouldn't cost a lot of money.
I think what he's doing is not a terrible idea, which is he's saying, the storytelling is going to be at the center of everything we do, because they have gotten kind of far away
Let the creatives be in charge of the creativity.
Do creative things, and we will come, and they will make amazing.
Not let them do a creative thing and then sit in a room and hack it to death until it is so far removed from what you thought you were going to do to begin with, right?
And then no one likes it, and the
Yeah.
people that made it are pissed off.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like the next press conference is like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage next, guess who's coming back? Joe Rody! And people just lose their minds. Instead, we drove him to space.
We don't actually need Joe Rody.
I know, it's more symbolic because he was that creative person, right? We need those creatives who are just like, don't care about money. They're like, no, this doesn't look right.
Not the guy with the floor samples that no one's even sure what he does. Every time I ask someone at WDI, like, do you know anything about Zach Ridley? They're like, I don't even know where he came from. I don't know what he does.
Guys,
I
this
don't
is
know where he
Pergo
came
flooring.
from.
It looks just like wood, but it's going to save us a ton.
All I know is he was the one that came up with points of light, and then...
Which was cool.
We don't know about that yet.
He's the first person that I could find at Disney that used that terminology.
Yeah, we have to figure that out.
But anyway.
More on that later.
I think there are plenty of things that Bob could do, but honestly, all he really needs to do is tell Josh, go fix what Chapek fucked up.
Oh, Jesus.
It's after 11.
To be fair, he's
It's after
quoting.
11.
To be fair, that was a quote, not
was
Jason
a quote.
saying anything. He was saying what should be said.
Wow.
I can't believe it wasn't Pete.
No, I would never say
mean,
shit like that.
I think Josh has been around long enough to see what the problems are.
Or he's walked around the parks enough where he can feel the energy and the vibe from the cast.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
hey, what
right,
should I
too.
fix? Like you don't even have to be a genius on like, hey, what do we need to fix? I don't know. Just walk through the parks and ask people.
I guarantee you the number one complaint is, I got to use this app for everything.
Yeah.
It
doesn't work.
It's work
It
to
crashes.
come here. I wanted to relax, and now I feel
Are
like...
you talking about Disney Plus
Yeah.
or My Disney Experience?
I mean,
they both are terrible.
I mean, to be honest, Disney's not a relaxing vacation in any stretch of the imagination, but it's worse now.
It's also
Right?
ironic
It's
too
not.
that
It's not only. It used to be not relaxing, but at least it was. Now it's not relaxing, and it's also irritating and annoying.
You
and
know
just
which?
think about how we're spitting in Imagineer's face, because you used to be able to like look up, down, left, right, all these little things had these little details, and now you're spending 80% of your day at Disney like this, looking right here and missing all
Can
of the
I-
magic going on
Can
all
I
around
tell
you.
you,
I don't
like, if
even
you
get
want to
mad when people
relax
bump
on a
into me.
Disney vacation, go to Disneyland Paris.
All right,
It's not
I
hard.
can't wait for the
It's
family
not hard
field
to
trip.
do.
Nicotine
It's not
is
hard to
very
do anything.
relaxing.
You don't really need the app for anything.
But I don't smoke
Like-
cigarettes.
Huh?
You'll get plenty of
You'll
seconds.
start.
Miss Park,
We'll
very
get you there.
nice.
Mickey pulls him out of his pocket.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go, pal. Smoke them if you got them.
Instead of a pack of camels, it's mouses. Mouses? That's good English.
Bonjour, lung cancer.
Oh, God. Wow.
I mean,
This is taking a turn, and it's just past
Well,
8
like
o'clock
Jake
on the
didn't
West
know.
Coast.
Jake, I have some bad news for you.
He does the phantasmic sparking hand with the lighter.
everybody
We
light
gotta
up.
turn that into a commercial now.
Light them up.
Disney lighters, one of the spark cans.
Have you ever been in that
Oh,
weird smoking
man.
area outside the park with those?
The Phantasmic Dragon. There's a whole series of
You put them underneath the troll bridge at Epcot.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Promoting smoking, or cursing, anything else.
You said this show was going to be not
There's
good.
children in the audience.
Trying to make it good.
Yeah, but we gave them Corbucks.
Well,
I understand we gave them cigarettes. We gave them
Family show.
we asked them about
cocaine bear,
bars.
dropping F-bombs.
I mean,
That went out the
So,
window.
They're
To be
randomized.
fair, I'm
They
pretty
can't
sure they
just
curse
pull
in the parks in Paris.
Wow.
here's the thing
I
about
can't
Paris.
understand it.
Why is Paris? Why is Paris so relaxing? It's because it's not overcrowded.
Well, so here's the thing. Like the Paris fanboys go on and on every day. It's like, we haven't had a new attraction at Disneyland Park in blah, blah, blah years. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that park. The rides are all high capacity. Even at the busiest time of the day, everything's 45 to 60 minutes. There's always some small weird thing you can do at that time. And then in the morning and the evening, everything's 5. And even now you're profiting, right? You're showing profits. So everything's working. People are leaving happy. Like there's all this 30th entertainment, and the cast members there are always happy, and just everything works. Like everything, what a turnaround there. Even in the bad park, everyone's in a good mood because you can do things.
Yeah.
Paris and Hong Kong. I would bring up Hong Kong, but you still can't go there. Hong Kong's the other one where you just show up.
It's the same way.
Things are kind of the way they used to be.
It's
You just
great.
go and you walk around, you do some rides. If it's busy, there's always something you can go do.
You're right. We should all just go to all the international parks. That sounds like fun.
I'm going to go to Shanghai.
I'm saying for the amount of money you spend, if you're going to spend thousands of dollars to go to Anaheim and Orlando, it's worth pricing it out to see if it might be comparable to go to Paris. Because the flights, honestly, those flight prices, sometimes I pay the same as I pay to California. So I'm just saying. It's worth a look.
Going back to your original question, like what can Iger do? And just, again, more just cheap things that wouldn't cost the company a lot of money is, like you were talking about, having things work. Like if he announced like, hey, and just acknowledged and took responsibility, like, hey, I know that we're going to go into like Figment. We talk about all the time, like a ride where you sell Figment merchandise year round, every festival. It is the biggest money maker, popcorn buckets. It's on everything. It's scavenger hunts. The ride hasn't worked in forever. He could literally just come out and be like, hey, everyone, we're fixing Figment. And people be like, oh my God.
Wait.
I mean,
I still think we're one
the
expo away
current
from
iteration of the ride just working better, or
Right,
fixing
or
Figment,
literally
like actually doing a
anything.
new ride?
No, don't fix that one, please.
But here's
Let's not fix that. Let's just start with a new one.
I think you could do that with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
is the thing.
that's my point.
You could come out and say, I'm going to put $100 million into a complete overhaul of Imagination. You could come out and say, I'm going to put $100 million into a really great nighttime show at Epcot. I'm going to put $100 million into a really great electrical parade that's all brand new. Any of those things would make people jubilant.
Absolutely. I mean, announcing, not even bringing back a parade, just saying we're going to have a nighttime parade at Walt Disney World again, I think would blow people's minds.
Just roll the electrical parade back out again. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? The 500th time.
But I mean, any of those things are a big enough deal to enough people that they're going to sit up and take notice. Like somebody really cares about the parks now. All of a sudden, right?
And you could be saving money just by moving things around. We talk about these terrible barges at Epcot, but I think those barges work great for now in the middle of the day, just sitting out at Animal Kingdom. There's nothing there. It's an empty lagoon, and you could turn fountains on. You could put them in Disney Springs if you wanted to.
Are you going to move the bar?
Can we just put them in the garbage?
Well, we can. I'm just saying, but like, this is just more ways to spend money, but now you're adding more elements to other parks. I'm just saying, like, there's so much they could do
we don't
without
want
spending a lot of money.
them.
How about this?
I don't want them either, but I'm just saying.
I'd rather the Animal Kingdom lagoon be empty.
How about
which is all the time? You come to shows.
How about
There's never been anything good in there anyway.
How about you just? How about
three times? They had 3 chances.
But they had kites crashing into people.
3 things, and they all were the 3 worst things.
That's not true. I would watch Kite Tails all the time just to see what they would crash into.
I didn't hate Kite Tails, but apparently everyone else did.
There is a very simple thing they could put in Animal Kingdom that people would love.
Zootopia.
No, I mean in the lagoon.
Zootopia.
In the river, you just build World of Color version 2.
They can't.
Why?
Because the first one was done all wrong.
Right, now they know how to do it right.
They don't. You can't build tables. That was the
can't
lesson.
even get World of Color
the lesson
working
was
right.
you can't build the tables attached to the floor of the lagoon.
Well, then
that was the problem.
So in Fantasmic,
so that's what they tried to do is build barges, right? That's what they've done.
No, but that doesn't work the same way.
It doesn't, but it's the only way you can do it without breaking for years on end, like World of Color has done 4 times.
How about they do what they did in Fantasmic, which is the water's only a foot deep and the fountains all sit on the floor.
I mean, you're probably
Then what
talking
about
several
the
$100 million to
That's
fix
okay.
that.
That's what they spent on Harmonious, and it sucks.
No, I mean like.
What
I
about
think we're
drones? They
talking
do
like
have that
6
little
times
area
the
you go
cost
that
of
way.
Harmonious.
They love when we just start
To
talking about
dredge
ideas for the
to
lagoon.
dredge that river, and I think it's probably not worth it. For the
Okay.
amount of people that are going to watch a nighttime show at Animal Kingdom.
If it was good,
You can make a good barge show, right? With almost no pyro, which Tokyo just did. Believe has not a lot of pyro in it. It's still a fantastic
Rivers of Light
show.
wasn't a bad show.
It was a bad show.
Honestly,
It was-
I don't know
The
if someone
first
would
5
bring back
minutes
a
were
little
okay,
boat
and
ride
then
that just
it
goes
Rivers
around.
of
That is
Light-
a beautiful ride that goes around the entire park, and it was
there's
there
nothing
park
to look
open.
at.
Oh,
No,
the
but there's nothing wrong with it,
capacity
but it's
was
relaxing.
terrible.
Rivers of
2-hour
Light.
wait.
Rivers of Light
was a
had
nightmare.
great
Not if you have lightning lane.
boats and floats, and then it had a giant projection that nobody could see.
I don't think they need to throw away, like the animal barges were good.
Yeah, that's what I'm
like,
saying.
There were things you could have salvaged, but they chose not to.
Which is what blows my mind. Which is my original point, is that we waste so much money on things like how much would they spend on Harmonious, and now we're just scrapping all
$200 million.
That I think there's nothing worth saving. That I would just.
I get it. I'm just saying with the amount of money we waste at Walt Disney World, like we've gone through 3 shows at Animal Kingdom. We're
Well, you
got to
clean up the mess, right? Like that guy made a mess, and now you have to clean it up. And that's why people came out of that Parks and Resorts presentation at Expo and were angry. And I looked around, I was like, what are you all insane? Like the guy literally got on stage and tells you, hey, that show you don't like at Epcot, we're throwing it in the garbage.
No, but
hey, that nighttime show at Magic Kingdom you don't like, we'll bring the other one back.
But imagine, to me, also that's PR, and I think this is where the magic of Iger comes in. I wish he did more of this, is tell us what else you're going to do instead. Like, hey, guys, instead of giving you a brand new show at Animal Kingdom for the next 2 years, that $200 million we would have invested, we're going to give every cast member a $2 raise across the board. And then we're going to go back to the drawing board. We're going to bring back people, creatives and storytellers, and give you a show that's worthwhile in the next 4 to 5 years. At least give us a reason. Tell us where the money's going. We know you have the money. Instead of, hey, we're going to create another Harmonious.
Their culture is very secretive, right? They're not going to.
They're never going to come out on a stage and be like, guys, we screwed up. Like that's never. Right. Even if you're replacing a previous executive, no one.
The thing was they said we're going to throw away Harmonious.
Yeah, that's
the only time in history they ever really were like when Lasseter came out when he got the job, and they talked about DCA, and they were like, people didn't like the park, and they're like, we're going to fix it, right? That was the only time they ever came out in an indirect way, and we're like the guests don't really connect with the park, so we're gonna spend a lot of money on it. I don't think you're going to see that again. I don't think anyone's ever going to step on anyone's feet again to be like, hey, look, this is terrible. We're going to spend a bunch of money and fix
There's
it.
kind of a lot of people talking about doing that with Chapek, though. I mean,
throwing them out and using.
They're not saying we just threw him out because.
But you can't do it.
They're definitely.
You can't do it with like
him.
parks because there's inevitably someone still left behind who worked on those things, right? And so it's not to like.
All the people that worked on Harmonious think it's pretty bad. Like most of Harmonious was like a mandate from Chapek to force IP into it. None of the people that worked on Harmonious wanted to put IPs into it. And he made them.
Clip art monkeys.
He made them do it. I don't think they liked the end product. Sure, they worked on it, and they deserve to be proud of their work, and some of it is a technological marvel, but the whole show is tainted by the fact that Chapek forced them to do something they didn't want to do.
No.
Also, use your synergy machine. If you're going to build something new where you're having make a show on Disney Plus. Look how much people loved the Imagineering story. And look at how much they love the magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Harmonious Live even was like one of those things.
One of the largest watched things.
You should be doing more of this stuff.
Exactly. So instead of paying for all this content on Disney Plus, which is burning all of our money, put it into the parks, but don't say, hey, we're going to film the process of it. And then we're going to edit it to still make ourselves look good. And now we have content for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Which is helping paying for the ride and now helping paying for Disney Plus.
No.
They pretty much completely lost their way, really. Because all of these things they used to do under Eisner and Wells.
Yeah.
And since then, they've pretty much lost their way, slowly, but over time they have.
I think they're going to be forced. Something's going to happen where they're going to be forced. I mean, look what everything was going on at Universal, and we've talked to this at length. Not me specifically, but we have, I'm sure, in all the different shows that we do, talking about Universal and everything they're doing and how in like 3-4 years, they're going to be the spot. And now everyone's going to be splitting time with Disney because they're going to have the new biggest theme park in Orlando with all the rides that work, that look pretty and shiny. Yeah.
Sir, let me introduce you to Mario Kart. Where are things happening? What's happening?
I'm just saying, and then they were like,
if Universal could build rides that were great, they would have won already.
But don't you
Disney
think
is
maybe
so
we haven't
lucky.
seen that yet? Because the Imagineers that were
Universal Creative cannot cross the finish line. I have seen enough from them. They have mastered scenic design.
But Tom,
Nintendo, the queues are beautiful. The land is gorgeous. And again, 2 rides that no one on this planet could possibly go on.
When did they start planning those rides, though? What, 10 years ago? 7 years ago? So they didn't have all the Imagineers that were
They
available
are
since the pandemic,
unable
or
to
since they said
cross
we're
the
making
finish
all the
line.
people move across the country.
I can see what Tom was saying. And the last time that Universal Creative crossed the finish line was when Islands of Adventure opened.
And even then, it's arguable, right?
Look at Harry
Spider-Man
Potter.
they did, right? Spider-Man, absolutely.
What about the Harry Potter lands? They're gorgeous,
Those
beautiful.
rides, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The lands are. I think their rides always fall short of greatness. I think they come so close to beating Disney, and then there's
Hagrid's? You don't think
inevitably
Hagrid's
some
is
decision.
beautiful? You think Hagrid's is an amazing ride?
Those animatronics, Hagrid's.
You're on a roller coaster. You only see it for 6 seconds.
Why does that matter? What
Not
about
all of us
Donkey
have gone
Kong?
to
It's not
Japan.
even built yet. We're not talking about it yet.
What I'm saying
They
is
cannot
now
cross
that,
the
but there's
finish
more talent on the table is what I'm saying ever
There
since.
is.
Yeah. So maybe we
I
might see
think
them cross that finish line.
From what I've heard from inside Universal, it is just as bad at Disney. Both companies have become huge mega corporations where it's nearly impossible to do anything as it's envisioned.
That's tough, yeah.
They're both the same. Like I said before, all these people that get let go from these big corporations are out there, and they're doing stuff at places that are so off the beaten path. You're going to see so much creative stuff at zoos and all these other sort of regional entertainment complexes. You're going to see all that stuff become better than any of that non-Disney Universal stuff has ever been.
We saw it at IAPA this last week.
Cedar Point. You're going to see those Cedar Point parks look better than they've ever looked. Again, they're not going to be Disney or Universal, but they're going to be so far beyond what they were because they hired people who worked at such a higher level and let them be like, guys, this is the budget. But go do something creative. Go, you know that ugly section of the park? And this is what they're doing at so many of the Cedar parks are all doing this right now. They all picked like an ugly section of the park, and they let like these people that just came into the company, they're just like, go add story and new paint and clean up that area and make it beautiful and the place someone would want to spend time. Go do that, because that's what our parks miss.
But they're like, but you Snoopy. Because we're Cedar Fair.
Do you ever think, I mean, they do this in other corporations, and it'd be fun to see in the Disney company if they just rotated park executives from all the places. Like Japan had to come to Florida, and they'd be like, what are you doing here?
They do. They come and they're like,
that's what I'm saying. And then like the executives from
they showed
France
them Runaway.
went to California.
Fun story. They showed them Runaway Railway, and they just went, "We do not want." they looked at each other and went, "We do not want. We will take something else."
I mean, they used to do that. They used to rotate park.
Well, that's what I'm
presidents.
saying. And then you have a little bit of not only consistency, which is obvious, but then you have those new fresh ideas of like, oh, well, this could be so much better if you just did this and allocated this money here instead of here. That's what we do over here. We charge less. All of our rides work, and people leave happy. Here, you charge a lot more, and everyone looks miserable when they're leaving the park.
Yeah, like if Disneyland learned how we control crowds, and then if Disney World learned, like from Disneyland, how to care, like that would be that'd be a great trade-off.
Since we were talking about things we could do since Iger took over, I thought I'd throw that out there.
But I mean, all the things that were mentioned are kind of the things I had, and the kind of things.
What's our list? Basically, park reservation system.
Park reservations.
I think our list is everything.
Treat cast members better, and guests will be happier, right?
Better perks for APs.
Care about your regular guests, right? The pass holders,
and then
the
something in the
residents.
Animal Kingdom Lagoon, right?
I don't care about the
You've
Animal
tried
Kingdom
three times. 3 times. That Jungle Book show is still burned into my memory. I will never forget that terrible Jungle Book show.
More merchandise bird, right?
I mean, at least he's not available on Shop Disney. It's at least I can say that much. He might be. I don't know. I haven't looked. It might be actually. I have
You can
no
also
idea.
generate more money
Shop
and bring back
Disney.
things people love, like
He could be the first Genie Plus show.
Like, even if you charge for
To
Magical
be.
Express, which I know was free, but even if you charge for it, which is better than nothing, but you got an experience. A cast member led you, on that 35-minute journey telling you...
It was never a cast member.
No, it was a TV, but I'm saying, but what if there's a guy on a mic...
It was Amir's bus driver.
I know it was Amir's. What I'm saying is the new version. If you charged for it, and you had someone get up there and go like, hey, everyone, we're so excited to have you come to Walt Disney World. Here's some things. This is our newest ride. You gave some fun facts. Almost like when you get a good skipper on a boat.
In other words,
and they're telling jokes.
I would just like them to drive.
Not
Please
that, you
get
have a
me
second person.
safely.
What
to
I'm
the
saying is
place
instead of
I'm
having
going.
families pay $100 to get to Disney, is Disney
can
take
get
that
a
money, make it
Chubby on
themselves,
Shop
and put a
Disney.
cast member on a bus.
You can get the little plastic
There you
Chubies on
go.
Shop Disney. He's sitting on 2 crates, which is, again, not a scene in the ride. We keep making merchandise of this bird that does not represent
You know the
Two
funniest part?
appearances in
When
a
I got
row.
evac'd off of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway yesterday, Chubby was the only thing that kept working. So as we were walking through the exit, Chubby's like,
juggling her eggs.
No, Chubby's just waving goodbye to us like, oh, you had to walk the whole ride? See you later.
It was better this way? You saw the scenes as they're meant to be? What? Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
You know when we asked way back when, they were like, if you could bring back one thing that they took away, we were like Magical Express, Tables of Wonderland, or Fast Passes. And we all, as locals, wanted to say Tables of Wonderland because it benefited us the most. But they said for the general public, we think Fast Passes are the thing.
Yeah.
That's why earlier I said give them at least one. But these are all programs that made the company money. And you can do variations of them and charge like, if you charge me a little bit more for Tables of Wonderland, I don't mind paying more. Bring it back. If you want to charge me a couple bucks for Fast Passes, where I get like the first one free, and then the second one's 10, the third one's 20, the fourth one's 40, fine. But at least there's ways to make money, but bring those programs back.
If you made me CEO tomorrow, the first thing I would do...
Fire everyone.
I would, no. A couple people. But no. The first thing I would do is I'd sit down and I'd be like, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to raise the price of every hotel room. And you're going to figure out what that amount needs to be. And for that amount, we're going to include Genie Plus and Lightning Lane and Magical Express and parking and overnight parking. And you know what? That's it. We're not going to nickel and dime people. Just put it into the cost of the hotel. So that way I cover myself as CEO, right? It's like we're still making the same money, but people feel better because you didn't hide fees on them.
Yeah.
It was, the price was on the website. I can sit and decide, well, that does include Lightning Lane and Genie Plus and parking and Magical Express. Yeah. And I can stay on property. That's good enough for me, right? That's what I would do. I would not list these things and charge people separately for them because it's not
I
going to
think
make
that's one
any
thing that Universal gets right is that when you get Express, when you stay at Universal, that is something very special that makes you want to stay on property.
That's fair.
You know what? So here's a perfect analogy to what you just said. You have people that love to fly on Southwest Airlines.
Who?
People with a death wish.
You have no. I didn't say Spirit.
Man, Jake is
Only
gonna
people
come
with a
after
lot
all
of
of us
bags
after
or
the
strollers.
show.
You have people that hate to fly on Spirit and Frontier, and they love to fly on
humans.
Southwest. Because
Passengers.
on Southwest you don't get charged extra for luggage, you don't get charged extra for seats, you don't get charged extra for carry-on. It makes people happier.
And several
It
years
doesn't
ago, they
matter
were
that-
among the cheaper options.
Now they're not,
Yeah.
but people still fly on them,
Because
and it makes them
everything's-
happy.
No, but it's because it's honestly they're doing what Disney. I don't know who stole it from whose system first, but Frontier. I fly Frontier because I live on Long Island. There's Islip Airport, very small airport, but Frontier flies direct from MCO to there.
Yeah.
So I fly Frontier, and it is cheap for me if I catch a good deal. I can go round trip for $100, $50 each way on average.
Exactly.
But then you get the people who don't know how to all the small print wear, and I feel bad. Like my in-laws were like, "Oh, we have to pay for a seat because in tiny writing on the bottom it says I'll take anything." So they pay $40 each a seat. Then they go, "Oh, we have a bag, so now we have to pay for a bag," not knowing you could have a backpack and another item. So then they pay for bags. All of a sudden, they're paying more than they're paying for Southwest.
That's right.
Because of all the fees they added up.
That's exactly my point.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Tom just said about charging more for the
Yes.
hotel and give everything for free. I actually love Frontier because I can fly round trip to Philly for like $80 because I have a house and clothes there and I don't need to take a bag. It works great. It works great for some people, but for the
And
majority
those animals
of people,
on the wings are so cute.
oh, they're great.
Oh, so cute.
You should see my collection. I've got a huge collection.
Me and you, we got to compare one day. What? Oh.
But there are...
Are you listening, Bob
But that's
Iger?
only because we know how to work the system.
Yes, exactly.
There are plenty of people that are annoyed at the system and feel nickel and dimed, and I get it. It makes perfect
So
sense.
just give them, if they're buying a room at Animal Kingdom Lodge and giving you $800 a night, just give these people the things. Just give them everything. They're giving you $800 a night. Like, treat them better.
Yeah.
I paid $99 at Holiday Inn Express, and I get a free breakfast in the morning.
I mean, you want to talk about the quality of that breakfast?
Hey.
Well, sure. Let's compare it to your average Disney resort breakfast.
Yeah, right? $20.
Where are you eating breakfast, Chef Mickey?
Also, you have to wait 45 minutes at Starbucks to get a buttered roll. At a Holiday Inn Express, I go downstairs and I just steal it off another
I don't
person's
eat at
plate.
Starbucks, but anyway. We're way over time. There's super chats. Let's see what the super chats are. Samuel said, breaking news, Pixar Luca layover for the Hotel Miracosta at Tokyo Disneyland. Tom is going to be so excited. Yeah, thanks. Timar, hey, Bart Simpson called. He wants his prank calls joke names back. Leave the comedy writing to the writers who do the best joke writing for the opening monologue.
Eric Morin! I want to kiss your little head.
And Tom.
Nope, they're all Erics.
No.
Even the bad ones. More. Oh, Rosita with $50. Just want to show my love for WDWNT. Great jobs on Toy for Tots. And so loved last week's show. Not this week so much, but still so happy we got them. No super chats. They're just residual super chats for the quality of last week's show.
That's right.
Still coming in for this week. Yeah. Step into the Magic 199. Is Sanaa on DoorDash? What about Tony's? No. Sadly, neither.
Oh, you'll be dashing for the door, Tony.
All of Tony's food is
With the
DoorDash. It
rats.
just gets dropped off at the back of the restaurant.
Gaming Pirate, $5. Cotton Eye Joe is Zach Ridley's anthem. Where did he come from? Where did he come from? You know what? We don't care about either. The next. Sam Fritz, $4.99. Final 24-10 Bills over the Pats.
Go Chiefs.
Underwhelming game, if you know what I mean.
What? I want to know more.
Gaming Pirate, $2. WDI called. They want Pete Carney back.
Can't afford me.
What were you doing at WDI?
Have you heard of Runaway Railway?
I don't know if you know, but we can't talk about it. I'm in charge of that new gelato cart at Hollywood Studios.
Oh, man.
They're killing it, Pete. They're killing it.
It's actually a front for something else. Running numbers out of the gelato
You just got to know what flavor to order.
Oh, my God. I would like, oh, my
Yeah,
God.
it's going to go down real bad.
I would
Rum
like
raisin, please.
I would like the Parlay Parfait, please. Strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla.
God.
Please keep it under 3 scoops.
God. Anyway, well, it has been a show. It has been a show. We have a post show for Wigs members. Oh boy! But on behalf of myself, Nick, and this large tree, we'd like to say,
I thought you were talking about me.
Remember, kids, who's got the A on this?
Oh boy. Sivako.
Please clap. A show has happened. Please